This video contains adult content not suitable for children.
Hey, what up, Kokomo? This is a Kokomo Press podcast. About 20 years ago, Vince Carter jumped over some trash Euro League player in the Olympics, and we're here today. So,
yeah, we're definitely we finally made it. Also, it's fall. So
it's fall.
Happy fall, y'all.
Yeah.
We finally made it.
Yeah. This is Jordan and Jordan, and we're here again. We didn't have audio problems last week.
It's a step up.
Yes.
We figured out how to fix our issues. I mean, at least our audio issues. We have a lot of psychological things we're never going to be able to fix, but at least the audio issues are good.
Those issues are a whole.
They're a little bit deeper.
This week I got psychoanalyzed by a therapist that has never even seen me.
How did that happen?
I was being explained by someone,
yeah,
and they were like, "Oh, does this person not have parents? This person."
And you're like
when
ding, check.
Yeah. So I mean, apparently, I should probably be in a mental ward, but you guys probably already knew that.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah.
This is actually what this podcast is. It's actually just like one big psychological profile that we're giving to a doctor, and then he's gonna come take you away.
I mean, this makes sense. Actually, this makes sense. So.
Yeah, I mean that's one way to do it though. At least it's one way to if you don't have the insurance or you just don't want to spend the time, just let somebody else explain who you are to a therapist, and then they'll give the advice about you, and then because they're like, oh, this is a person in my life, and then you can get the advice, and then you can that's one way to skip the therapist line.
Yeah, I kind of equate it to when my kids get older and they have to go through therapy because of me. They'll just be like, yeah, here's some shit of my dad. This is why I'm the way I am.
Yeah. He likes wrestling, talking shit, sticking up for himself, bullying people on the internet.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of things. So
there's enough going on that at least we can figure some stuff out. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited that we're doing another podcast. I'm excited that it's fall. I'm wearing a jacket. You're wearing a jacket.
Hoodie. It's hoodie season.
It's hoodie season, man. We're both shacked up with ladies, so it's not going to be a cold winter.
Yeah, we got cuffed.
Yeah, we're cuffed already. Some of you guys are working really hard to get cuffed right now. I know it's cuffing season.
I'm pulling for you.
Yeah, we believe in you.
Yeah. Just
come join the madness.
Yeah, just don't be creepy.
Yeah.
Don't hit up just random chicks you meet in Kokomo Chatter.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, there's some girl on Kokomo Chatter freaking out about all these male friend requests because she attributed them all to the Kokomo Chatter somehow. I don't know how that.
I mean, you probably.
Yeah, it's Kokomo.
Yeah,
it is what it is. We do have Kokomo Mingle. We have Chrysler only. You know.
Yeah.
The website. We got to get those.
I haven't seen those in a while.
Yeah. We got to get those websites going for real, so people have a place to find it. But yeah, I've got a beanie going. Fucking David over here's got a beanie going. We're chilling, dude.
Yeah, I dropped the beanie today. I was rocking a beanie all week long.
Your hair is so much cooler than ours. So.
I know.
His is pretty cool too. You guys have similar hair. You both have the curliest hair.
Yeah, mine's better.
Mine's boring. I just have boring regular hair. It's just big. Big hair. Yeah. It's been. This week, somebody tried to kidnap a 1-year-old child from Walmart.
That's fucking crazy.
In Kokomo. I mean,
look, I'm not completely shocked about this, right? Yeah. Because there's crazy people all over Kokomo, and I don't like Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart. So, I don't go there for.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pretend like I'm better than Walmart, but I'm better than Walmart. You know what I'm saying? If there's a Meijer, I'm better than Walmart.
We're all better than.
Everybody, even the worst person, except for those kidnappers. They should have been in Walmart by themselves, looking around. Where's the kid?
The only better Walmart there is Sam's Club, and that's just because we know there's a certain type of class of people that are in there because they paid for the
it's
membership.
A barrier to entry. You have to pay a one-time fee. It's not even a lot. $50. It's not like a little bit, but it's also not so much that you're guess I'm not gonna have food this week.
Yeah.
$50 isn't gonna make and break the bank, but still, it's you don't want to pay it or you do pay it, and there's a certain type of person that's willing to pay.
I'll fucking pay it because I'd rather just go to better Walmart. So
yeah, and then you can get bulk of toilet paper and water, and to me that's all we really buy there is toilet paper and water, maybe paper towels, and, laundry. So it was like all the essential big things that you want to buy all at once.
Well, I mean, there's that, and then like if you just go every weekend, you don't really have to pay for anything or pay to eat because you just go around and eat free samples
Just
and
free
stuff
samples
like
all
that.
day.
Yeah.
Just go in a circle.
So it essentially pays for itself.
Yeah, I remember when Meyer first came to Kokomo, they did that. Remember they used to have the samples on the weekend, and I would go with my mom, and my mom would be like, but you only have one, and it's always embarrassing when you bring your kids to those because their kids are like, oh, I like that. Let me get like 12.
Yeah, let me get 6 of them.
Let me get as many of these as I possibly can. But I'm just happy that we have the amenities that we have now because when we were kids, we have Cub Foods. Remember Cub Foods?
Oh, I do remember Cub Foods.
We had like Kroger's and Cub Foods and Marsh.
But we had Sam's Club for a really long time though, because I can remember like my great grandmother. She used to like watch me when I was like a little kid, little.
Yeah.
And so like when she would watch me, she would take me to the bingo hall.
Yeah.
And I would watch geriatric people play adult gambling.
A25 or something like that.
Bingo.
There you go.
No, you're wrong, Susan. You've done this before. Quit it.
Quit lying, Susan. God damn it, Gertrude.
And
Put
then,
your bra back on.
Yeah, and then we would go to Sam's Club for lunch.
Yeah.
So like
I love that Sam. I mean, my girl likes she'll like if you want pizza. Like the other day we were talking about getting pizza.
Yeah.
And we're like talking about all the places we can go because luckily with Kokomo you have so many options.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to go here, you want to go here, you want this type of pizza, you want like Detroit style, do you want deep dish Chicago style, do you want the New York style, do you want? And we're sitting there talking about all the different styles we can go to, and she's like, you know what I really want? And I'm like, what? She's like Sam's Club pizza. I'm like, listen.
It's actually pretty good.
It's good, but it's
good.
like it's good for what it is because the price is so good.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you can fit the damn pizza in your oven.
Yeah. When the good thing about Sam's Club is you don't have to worry about your kids getting out like Walmart.
Yeah,
because I looked at it and there was like a couple. It was like an older man and an older woman, like 50s.
Yeah,
and they tried to take a 1-year-old. Like the 1-year-old was buckled, so they're trying to unbuckle the 1-year-old, just grab it and walk away. And then they got in some type of like a push and pull match with the mother of the kid, and then next thing you know, they're busting out of there. So I'm like, oh, they're going to get away.
Yeah.
But of course, no, they're on meth. They got found with meth, marijuana, and fucking coke, which only 2 of those shouldn't really matter, and even them ones I don't really give a fuck. But anyway, like.
His point was don't smoke meth.
Yeah, don't smoke meth.
I don't know about the other shit.
Heroin, heroin, or was it meth and coke?
Coke's okay.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. I mean, you do what you got to do. If you got to do whatever you got to do, just don't try to steal kids from Walmart.
Who doesn't like a little booger sugar?
A little booger sugar.
Like, I don't know how the rest of y'all get through your days without it. I'm just saying.
You're on the Monster right now. That's
yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Starbucks and Monster.
I got a BFC.
Yeah, big fucking can.
Big fucking can.
I thought of it in my head. I was like, I'm going to say the wrong thing here. And then I was like, no, it went through right. No, but yeah, they tried to steal this little kid. They fucking got away from the lady after not getting the kid, obviously. And then they just stayed in the parking lot, so they got caught, and the cops got them.
Were they waiting on another kid? Like,
like,
hey, let's wait 20 minutes. We'll do it again. See how this goes.
Like, hey.
That one was just practice. It
if
didn't
at
count.
first you don't succeed, try. It's like they had the coke confidence, and then they still had the methamphetamine confidence, so they just could go back to back.
Meth will make you feel like Superman.
Yeah.
I mean, you may look like Bizarro, but
like no teeth running around.
Right.
That's hilarious, though. I mean, the funny thing is, I read the story a little bit, and then I was like, man, I'm gonna. This makes me sad. And then I was talking to my girl about it, and she was like, yeah, I already ordered pepper spray and a taser, and I'm like, okay. First off, that was quick. Yeah. That was quick, first off. I didn't even know she did it. And then second is, like, we do have a house full of guns, but she can't really take them around everywhere, so I don't blame her.
I don't blame her.
Could you imagine, though, like, somebody's trying to grab your kid and you're just pulling out pepper spray your baby? To me, I just feel like pepper spray is, like, if somebody's trying to steal your kid, pepper spray is the last thing you want to shoot.
That might be our next skit.
Yeah, next skit.
Yeah.
Pepper spray.
Yeah. Let's reenact this attempted kidnapping. Right.
If Brian will play the child.
Yeah. But we have to. We'll have to recreate it as what the parents should have done, right?
Yeah.
Pepper spray.
The
baby.
And then like all the different ways to do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess playing tug of war with your baby is the best way to do it. I don't know. We're making light of it. Obviously, this is a scary thing if you're a parent and like somebody tries to snatch your kid, especially somebody like fucked up on meth is trying to like grab your kid or whatever, you're gonna. It's not a great situation.
Not fucked up on meth. If somebody's trying to grab my kid, like that's a fucked up situation as is. We're not making fun of the fact that we're very, very happy that the kid is safe.
Yeah, that it worked out.
Everything's okay.
Yeah,
but also we're deviants in our mind anyways, so we're gonna talk shit, and you know, we're probably gonna create a skit about this.
Eventually we're gonna, I mean, the
in
fact
a couple
that we
months you may see
already...
a skit where we play tug of war with the baby, and the baby goes boop.
The baby just falls apart. Oh shit, I guess you got half a guy. It reminds me of that Bible story.
We both have to get another.
You ever heard that Bible story they always tell about with the kid where two women come into like King Solomon or whatever? I think Solomon, or King David maybe. I don't remember, but they go in and they're like, that's my baby, and the other lady's like, no, that's my baby, and then he goes, okay, well, the only way to properly do this is to cut the baby in half and give you both half.
Yeah.
And then the lady's like, no, she can have him. I'd rather the baby be alive. And then he gave it to that woman because clearly she cared about the baby, the other lady didn't.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's a funny story. It's a funny Bible story, but it also works now in Walmart. You know, just cut the baby in half.
Well, I mean, we've had these comic book stories for like ever. Like, you know,
the Jesus fandom is a little wild this season.
I mean, you know. Have you ever have you ever seen like the Christians that do like fan booking of?
Yeah, I have seen them. Yeah. They exist. They're on Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, I'm kind of in the middle on that stuff because like I was in the church for so long. And to me, it's like there's part of me that's always going to believe everything just because that's. So the disbelief is part of my belief. Like I feel like you're supposed to question things, but at the same time, it's like when I see, I could never be a person that just like Bible verse every. I could never. There's more books out there than that one.
It seems super sheepish.
Yeah, I'm not even into that. You know, the book's not that good.
No.
It's just like it's like a bunch of rules. Like who wants to read a rule book? It's like ugh.
What the fuck? Am I in the NFL?
Like, you're the NBA PA with Kyrie,
right?
Did you hear about that shit?
No, what happened,
dude? Kyrie apparently, so Kyrie Irving Brooklyn Nets ended up becoming the vice president of the NBA PA, so the players union, the whole thing.
The players union of the NBA elected a flat earther,
but it gets worse than that.
Okay,
on Instagram he's been liking and sharing posts, or I don't know if he's sharing, but I know he's been liking posts. They've been noticing he likes posts that talk about a specific, like, what do they call them? Conspiracy theory, I guess you would call it, where they believe that Moderna and Pfizer, I think Moderna, the bigger one, is inserting chips into trying to basically, it's. What I understand about it is he's saying that they're trying to target specifically minority people, black people, people of color, and they're putting the Moderna chip in people. And he's the NBA PA. So one of the things that they're worried about is that he's going to use that information and spread it in the NBA, and then they're not going to get vaccinated. People are going to do the weird shit that like Carson Wentz is doing right now, where he's like, I don't have to get vaccinated if I don't want to. And I'm like, yeah, you don't, but at the same time, like, you play a sport where you, with a guy who's in...
Yeah.
Who's a guy who lives in Seattle and a guy who lives... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All these people live in different places. It's better to get it done and just say, fuck it. You've gotten a million other vaccines. Why not one more?
Yeah,
I don't know.
When you're that level of professional, I assume they get poked and tested with lots of things other than steroids, right? So, like, I don't understand what their big deal is now. Yeah. Like... I mean, I do understand. You don't want to put anything in your body
that you don't understand.
Yeah.
And there's so much information, but there's also a lot of misinformation, and there's a lot of like half truths about it. So
there's gonna be that because
it became political. I don't understand how a virus that was developed under Trump, and Trump has taken himself, can be so deeply rooted to like democratic and like liberal policies. It's like I have no idea how it could get so bastardized, man. Like the information, like if you don't want to get it, don't get it.
I mean, you remember. Well, I mean, the virus wasn't created under Trump, right?
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, we had this situation under his presidency, and
the vaccine got created under him.
Yeah,
that's what
you said virus.
Yeah, my bad.
It's all good.
My bad.
Like, But we saw him in the infancy stages of this, like, denial. This, oh, it's not a big deal. It's not happening. It's China virus. Shit like that. Like,
which it is. Right?
Yeah,
we all agree that this was created in a lab in China now. We all agree now, right?
Yeah, this shit came from Wuhan.
Yeah, that shit. Like, there's a lab that studies this specific type of virus, and that virus gets out in that area, but it wasn't the lab. Like, I feel like you have to suspend belief. Like, it's too like reality.
It's so much. It's just so fucking much.
It's
like,
so hard because they're right, but they're also like way overboard.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. You're right, though. It's so political. I don't understand this shit. Like, just keep yourself healthy for yourself and for the sake of other people.
Yeah. I don't really care what you do. Like I said, I'm still at the point where, like if you want to get it, get it. If you don't, you don't. But, like, just stop talking about it. Like, stop making it political. Stop making it about, like, oh, I've got mine, so I'm better, or I wouldn't get it, so you're a sheep. And it's like, both sides are, like, full of idiots, bro. Like, I can't stand it.
I have a problem with conspiracy theories as a whole. I've had an issue this week just as a whole with, like, people just running up to me, like, with conspiracy theories.
Oh, shit.
Like, yeah.
What did you hear this week, though? Any good ones?
This week, I made a comment about the weather. The fucking weather, right? I was just like, hey, it's a cool day. I wish, like, it was actually in contrast to how cold it was this week compared to last week, right? And then some nut job that wants to be a doctor, wants to be mayor or something like that in this town. He was like, "Yeah, they're just pumping shit in the air to make you sick during this time of year." And I was just like, "Bro, it's 8:00 in the fucking morning." First of all, look, I just got off work. I am not trying to hear your conspiracy bullshit this fucking early. Leave me alone. I'm just trying to enjoy this fucking hoodie weather.
Yeah.
So,
and homie, like, I know he follows the page. Like, he's a big part of the Kokomo Press page.
Oh, he might not follow the page anymore.
Listen, I'm on your side. They're controlling the weather. You don't have to agree with this guy. Is 1/4 or 1/5 or 1/6. I don't know how many people we have on the page. We have a lot of people on the page.
There's a lot of us.
But he's one of those. He's one of the guys that's on the page. He's 1/4 of the visible people on the page. I completely agree with you. I guarantee you I can get Brian to agree with you. I don't know about Courtney. You probably could win Courtney over.
No. Courtney's going to be on my side.
Yeah, see, it's me and Brock. But anyway, no. Like, to me, it's like, I love that stuff. I want the confrontation. I want you guys to have a good time and goof off. And, like, Doctor, I think it's O'Shea. It's like Doctor or something on O'Shea. Keep coming to the page. Keep supporting us. We love it. And obviously, if you have any conspiracy theories, come post them on my page, baby. Let's fuck around, dude. Let's goof.
You can post on him. You can unblock me too, because
don't block him. Come on.
Was lame.
Don't block people. You did kind of blast them pretty hard.
Don't come on my page if you don't like. People should know. People should fucking know by now. Like, if you come at me on my page in a certain way, I'm probably just gonna make a big thing out of it.
And the thing is, like, nobody, like, even if you've, like, let's say you're the greatest, like, you believe in this weather thing so much, it's, like, something you like, it's part of your personality at this point. Like, me and Jordan, we're not into it at all. So, like, you're trying to explain to us something that we literally have no interest in. So, like, of course we're going to be dismissive, not just because it's a conspiracy theory, but also because even if it was true, like, cool. Like, what are we going to do?
He got mad because I called it a conspiracy.
Oh, he was like, no, this shit's fucking fact, bro.
Yeah, he's like, it's factual.
It's facts, baby.
I still don't care. Like, it's early. Like, I just wanted to talk about the weather.
I'm blonde. I can do what I want, is what he said.
I didn't want to make it fucking political. Why do y'all people make it all political? Jesus.
I'm blaming the blonde part. I'm blaming the blonde hair. I'm blaming the blonde hair. You're having too much fun because you have the blonde hair now.
Fucking jealous.
And then you have, like, the little things on the side. Yeah. It's killing it, dude.
People are jealous.
People are jealous. People are peanut butter and jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I appreciate when these guys are crazy on our page because, like, I don't know how many times that we posted something and I try my hardest not to respond a lot just because I know that it's just going to lead to more bullshit. So I appreciate when somebody else is on there like, dude, this is a satire page. Why are you freaking out? I love when people defend our page, like, to other people. Like, there's a girl, like, I sent it in the group chat. She, like, eloquently explained what our page was, like, better than anyone.
About, Molly, right?
Molly, is that her name? You know her?
I know her just from
the internet.
Yeah.
But she's like a person that went on the page, and she was defending the joke about that one of our people wrote about the stripper
giving away your virginity
for weak hair. So like selling your virginity for weak hair, which is a hilarious post. It's first of all, you know, it's not real because like weak hair wouldn't sign off on that, and the fact that he said that weak hair did, like, it's so funny to me that people believe it. And then on top of it, it's like I love that Molly's her name, that she was defending. She's like it's been around, like we've been around for years. It's like we do this all the time, and we never ceases to amaze the amount of eyes we get, like new people that are like, this must be real. Let's get pissed off about it.
It's because people are idiots, and they have nothing else better to do than to just believe everything that they read on the internet.
Yeah, I'm honestly that Kyrie thing. Speaking of the things on the internet,
this is why you guys follow comic books.
that Kyrie thing. That's what I think they're worried about with him being the vice president, is that he'll misinform people enough that NBA players will abstain from getting the shot or whatever, or abstain from doing anything that they need to do in the future because they're afraid of this conspiracy theory or whatever you want to believe. And then he's going to make it harder to get some stuff done, which I kind of understand that when you're one of the thought leaders of the NBA, and thought leader of the NBA is a flat earther.
I mean, yeah. Maybe, maybe it's like, hey, if we would have stopped Hitler from talking a bunch of shit, could have prevented a bunch of shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Kyrie's Hitler, but could be.
Well, they always talk about how Hitler, like when he first rose to power, like all the comedians and all the, like, I say comedians, like they didn't have stand-ups, but all the people, like the comic writers, satirists, all those guys, they were all making fun of him. They thought he was hilarious because he's like this goofy little with a weird mustache, looks like fucking Charlie Chaplin, and he got a weird haircut, and he's just yelling all the time, and he's angry. So they were all making fun of him all the time, like, this guy's a goof, he's nobody. And then next thing you know, he took over Poland, and then you're like, all right, here we, and then he just Austria, shit. And then it's like all this stuff ends up happening, and then he ends up being like a real crazy guy that makes shit happen. And it's like, we never know if we're laughing at something if we don't realize that that person's way more serious than we ever realized.
I mean, you never know. You never know. I'm pretty sure Jordan over here is pretty certain that I'm Satanist. So, like, these things happen.
Yeah, these things happen. Speaking of Satanists, dude, Gabby Pito, we did the podcast on, and we released it, and by the time we had done it and then released it, she had died. They had found her body.
Because of Satan?
Yeah, it was
Or Satan. Because of the laundry guy?
It was Satan.
Satan.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Laundry is Satan.
Laundry is Satan.
Laundry.
Laundry is Satan.
Laundry is Satan.
Yes.
I wish I was like Drake and I could just wear the new outfit every day.
So what if this guy is dead?
What do you think? You think he just went and killed
himself?
What
If he's dead?
Or do you think he just died? Like,
no. What if somebody killed him?
I mean, justice, I guess. If he killed her, see, I don't know if he killed her.
See, what if somebody killed him and killed her? Right? She's dead. Found body. Right?
Yeah.
He's missing. We don't know where he is.
Well, I don't know if he's missing as much as he's at large. I think that's what they try to say. But your idea is that he's not at large. He is dead.
Yeah, like, I don't know the whole story. Like, I got better things to do than to watch fucking Nancy Grace.
It's like
24/7.
It's like every woman is Nancy Grace now on the internet. So
God, I know this last couple weeks has probably been Nancy Grace's fucking wet dream.
See, I told y'all that we should be on the fucking internet posting these girls.
She tried to tell y'all this shit about, like, fucking, what's her name, Casey Anthony and all sorts
Natalie
of shit.
Holloway, all these hoes. All these hoes, man. They're always white hoes missing.
Every 7 years, Nancy Grace finds the biggest orgasm she can out of a fucking...
Every 7 years, Nancy Grace comes out of her hibernation, and if she sees her shadow, there's one more white woman that needs to be protected. So it's like she's like the... There's an old bit by Patrice O'Neal, rest in peace, one of my favorites of all time. And Patrice O'Neal does a bit about like Natalie Holloway and does all, and he's like, and he does, and the way he does it, he does a lot of crowd work. So he's like, does anybody remember what's that white girl that got caught? Somebody yells Natalie Holloway. He's like, Natalie Holloway, yeah. He's like, yeah, we all followed it. And then he names like he's like, what was that girl down in Jamaica? That what was her name? Yeah, or the girl in Brazil or whatever. What was her name? You don't know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like you know the white women's names, you don't know the women of color's names. So it's like a hilarious thing that he does about that. And then I've seen a lot of people bringing that up because I was laughing at it a little bit because
it's factual.
Because to me, I wrote a post and I was like, it's funny how quick they went from like Gabby lives matter to like all lives matter, because like they kind of switch, and I don't even think they realized like what they did is like we're talking about this girl because it gripped the nation, and then all of a sudden they want to move into like, well, there's other girls like Gabby that don't look like Gabby that you guys don't care about. And I'm like, true, but at the same time, like it's still the same like all lives matter argument. It's kind of like this. It's like to me, it's a stupid parallel.
It's that same argument we're always going to have about everything. Yeah, the whole thing matters as a whole, but we can't talk about this specific thing because then that throws shade away from the rest of the shit.
Exactly.
Right?
Like when we're talking about something specific, we're not disacknowledging the other things.
Yeah.
So like just because if I'm talking about the NBA, the NFL, it doesn't mean the NFL doesn't exist right now. It just means I'm talking about the fucking NBA. You know what I mean? Like it's something like that.
No. There are no oblong balls.
No oblong balls.
No
egg balls that have ends.
Yes.
Like an egg ball. No, I honestly, to me, it's so indicative of who we are as people that we get so gripped up in like the lives of like random people. The story was compelling. I mean, I understand why so many white women, people, got involved in this story because it's like they follow these crime podcasts, and this was like happening in real time. It's like, did you see that? Were you able to watch that show Clickbait on
haven't
Netflix?
Seen it yet.
It basically,
it's
literally like it's that TV show. It's that TV show. The guy gets posted on the internet, and they're like, he's gonna die if he gets 500,000 subs, or it's probably more than that. It's probably like 5 mil or something like that. But then if we get 5 million views, we're gonna kill this guy, and then the guy gets killed, and then this whole thing happens. And it was like all like a twist and turning. It was the ending. I thought kind of sucked because it was kind of like you could never have figured it out. They didn't drop you any breadcrumbs to find. But it was basically like that. The whole idea of it is like it's all for clickbait, and then in real time, people are trying to solve the case of the murder. Like they're all trying to solve the case of how do we find this guy, and it felt exactly what was going on with this Gabby Petito case, which is she was doing this cross country van trip with Brian Laundrie, who has the most unfortunate last name, and then the next thing you know, she's missing. He comes back, and then the entire country's like, "What the hell? How do you leave your girl in the middle of nowhere?" And then he goes missing, or at large, or he just disappears, and now they're trying to find him, and they're like, you like throwing every law in the book at him just to try to get a warrant, because like they can't charge him in her death. They don't have any evidence.
Yeah. So
they're like charging him for something else. Like I don't remember what it was, but they charged him for something else.
You'd think they couldn't charge him for anything. He's just under suspicion.
Well, there's some. It's like they found some loophole of like something he did, and now they're trying to charge him for that.
Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. Just so they can use the resources to go find him, to ask him questions, I guess, or something along the lines.
I mean, if the dude is a murderous fucking shitbag, he should die.
Yeah. Like, especially
and be brought to justice by law enforcement or whatever. But like,
yeah. The truth of it all is there's a million Brian Laundries and there's a million Gabby Petitos out there, and sometimes that Gabby Petito is a black girl, sometimes she's a Latino girl, sometimes she's an Asian girl, sometimes Brian Laundrie's a black guy, sometimes Brian Laundrie's a woman, sometimes Gabby Petito's a man. So like you have to understand, like everybody understands that everybody who goes through this shit matters. This one just happened to grab onto the nation because like how many of these women out there, or men or people, would love to do like a cross-country van trip with their significant other, and the fact that this guy just left her and then went back home, and whether he killed her or not is a moot point, but the fact that he would leave his girl and then her body's found, and he just came home and was like, I'm not talking to anybody, and just went, how in the fuck can you just go home, leave a girl in the middle of nowhere, and then not talk to anybody about it? It's so weird.
I don't understand. People act like the world is like so fucking big. It's really not.
It's not.
Much smaller than it used to be.
It's a small world now. Yeah.
You can't just go across country.
Yeah.
You know, and act like, oh, well, no one's going to know I'm going across country, especially with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then just pop back up and be like, no.
Yeah, I ain't seen that hoe. I don't know where she went.
Nah, people are going to ask questions, and like...
He's the type, he took it to heart, like, you know, when they're like, hey, man, you know, you and your girl break up, and it's like, I don't know her anymore. He took like, I don't know more to the level.
What girl?
What girl? Who?
What girl?
Who? I don't know that hoe. That hoe over there? No, it's just funny to me that
thoughts.
That thought. That hoe over there. No, it's just funny to me that like this whole thing gripped the nation. Like there's a million more, and then like people want to be like, well, you know, if she was black or brown, you wouldn't care. And I'm like,
No,
you might be right.
No,
but
no.
At the same time,
that's true though.
You might be right.
If it was black or brown, like literally, there would be no news coverage over it.
Yeah, or it'll be like the 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock news, where it's like one little clip.
The only time there's ever news coverage about a black or brown person is if they hurt someone, they allegedly hurt someone, or if they're famous and did drugs.
Well, I will throw this one out there. Did you get the Amber Alert this last week?
Something about a car.
Yeah, that was a black kid that got stolen.
Oh,
so I mean, you do hear about it if you care. To me, my big thing is like when people are bringing up this stuff, you might be right. Like I said, there's a level of truth to that I completely agree with. But there's also a level to like if you're talking about Gabby and you're saying there's black and brown people that are dealing with the same thing, say a name. If you can't say a name, then you're fucking part of the problem. So shut the fuck up. Like the fact that you don't know a name, you can say something along the lines of, "Well, the information's not there. They don't cover it." They do cover it. It's very smally, and then you could elevate it if you wanted to. That's the thing about the internet. We can elevate anything we want.
We can. This just made me think. As we circle back, I'm going to circle back to Walmart. Okay, you go into Walmart. You remember how you used to go into Walmart and you go into the entry vestibule or whatever, and they have all those missing kid signs.
Yeah.
They've always had.
That was depressing as fuck, but yeah.
Yeah, but you look at those and like those kids, they don't get national coverage.
No,
or things like that. People don't talk about these things. If we're gonna like, there needs to be more done. If we're gonna do stuff about, hey, kids are missing, something happened. If we're gonna try to be the most proactive about things, let's not cherry pick.
Yeah.
People and say, oh, pretty face, this will get people's attention.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things where I feel like they were vlogging their trip, weren't they? I think that's why I think this one hit on a lot quicker, and maybe it's just my bias, and I could be, and you guys can tell me in the comments that I'm an idiot, and I'm cool with that. Go ahead, go in on me, flame me. But like the truth of the matter is, like to me, it's like they were cross country vlogging about their van thing. They had a following from that already. Yeah, and then this happened. And then it blew up. And I watched it happen. Like, I watched from, like, the first day the information came out, and I watched it blow up on Twitter to the point where it got to Facebook. Because Facebook's late. Yeah. That's the only thing about Twitter that I can say that's a good thing about Twitter compared to, like, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere else is. Everything blows up on Twitter first. So, if you want to be the first to the joke, the first to the party, the first to the conversation, Twitter's where you got to be. But at the same time, your mom's on fucking Facebook. Yeah. You're the models on Instagram, and then the shit talkers.
Nobody's gonna know about it until it reaches Facebook. Right?
Yeah. So it's like that's where it gets like national attention. But I know the girl from Kokomo, the Tess girl, she was blowing that shit up. Like Tess Miller. Yeah. I don't know, fucking Miller. I thought her name was. But anyway, she was blowing it up on Twitter, and they were all talking about it, and they're like going to conspiracy theory. And I just saw like it was like the white women were just going at it, and it was like mostly just it's like. Yeah, we need to get national attention for all this shit, but at the same time, like, I understand why this one blew up, because when was the last time something like this happened, and then the dude just like, yeah, I don't know that hoe no more, and just went home. Like, that's such a weird, bizarre situation.
I mean, it's super weird, and it reminds me of, what's the dude that, like, offed his family in Colorado? You always see the picture of the nice, happy family.
Yeah. I can't remember his name, but I knew him out. I can't remember the dude's name.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
It was Chris something, right?
Yeah.
Chris.
Chris piece of shit.
Yeah, that fucking dude.
Yeah,
the one that basically put his whole family in a vat, like the kids and shit, killed his kids. That dude was fucking wild. Well, they kept showing a picture of him and that new Brian guy, and we're like, same energy, and I'm like, kinda, you feel it.
Yeah, you're gonna find similarities off that. You know, white people are weird in general.
White guys, white guys look like that. Well, this Brian guy, we don't even know his fucking motive at this point, other than that he's either crazy or he was making her out to be crazy. Because there was like they had a traffic stop, so they had a body cam from a cop at a traffic stop, or not a traffic stop, at a stop where at some point somebody had called the cops because Brian and this girl Gabby were arguing. So they actually got them a few days before she went missing, and then he went home. Yeah, they got them arguing, and she was like crying and fighting. You got to watch it because it's so bizarre. Because she's like freaking out, and she seems like the insane one in the moment. Yeah, but she probably just got fucking gaslit or got flamed and stuff. And the whole thing, I mean, obviously at the end of the day, she's the one that ended up dead. Yeah, and part of me hopes at the end of the day, after it's all said and done, that she like got mad and walked away, and then something happened.
Yeah, that's kind of what as bad as that. as bad as that sounds,
Yeah.
the poor girl's dead, and that's the issue, right? I kind of hope this Brian dude didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all signs point to the fact that he probably fucking did.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think we're optimists in the sense that we really wish that people were just like good.
Well, it would also be really I think the most interesting thing that could happen out of this if we found out he didn't do it. Like he literally didn't do it. I think it'd be so interesting because people have been basically vilifying this guy, and I'm not saying that he didn't do it because it does seem like he did. But if the bizarre turn of events happened and he was being vilified for it, and he was the bad guy, and then you find out he did nothing except for him and his girl broke up, and he went home, and she took the van and went on, or whatever. If that's what ended up happening, and he's literally fearing for his life, then I would feel. I just think the sympathy would move to him. But there's going to be people out there.
If that ended up happening, nobody would say anything about him, and nothing would be said.
There are going to be people that are going to believe he did it no matter what, even if they proved it.
Well, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like OJ did it, or he didn't do it, or he did do it.
OJ did it.
Well, what about Michael? Did Michael do it?
Which Michael?
MJ. Michael Jackson.
Yeah, he probably touched
He did it.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't send my kids around Michael.
Oh, did R. Kelly do it? Yeah, he did it. That motherfucker did it. He got video evidence.
Definitely did it. Bill Cosby, he did some of those.
He did some. He had to do at least one, right?
He did some of those.
I saw some of those girls. He did it. He did it. He fucking did it. But it's just like we know about, what did we just mention, how many black men and how many white men do we know about? I mean, we do know about
Epstein.
We do know about Epstein. We do know about Clinton, but he's still walking around. Yeah. We know about this Brian guy. We knew about the Chris guy. Was it Shot? What the fuck was his name?
Yeah, I think it was.
It's like something Chris like something.
That. Yeah,
it's something like that. But that Chris dude, and then we know about what's the dude? There was the guy that killed his woman on the boat, the white guy. There's a lot of. I will say this: if you're worried about equality, there's a lot of stories about white guys killing people. We obviously, that's something. You know what I mean?
Just saying.
White guys killing people. White guys killing people. No, it's what? No,
you act like a bunch of white people didn't come to this whole nation, kill a bunch of red people.
Yeah.
And
listen.
I wasn't act like it didn't happen.
Listen, I didn't see it happen. I don't know why I wasn't there.
My bad.
This is the last year for Kokomo, so white people killed that shit too. White people killed Kokomo.
So we're just killing off, just
killing it off. I wonder if somebody. So in the last year, we've lost the We Care Lights. We've lost Kokomo. How many more things is
what else can we lose?
We lost Victoria's Secret.
Yeah. Can we lose the Hanes?
You want to lose Hanes Apperson? I just wanted to move.
To be honest, I haven't been there in about 5 years because I'm not trying to get shot. But
that, and I don't want to be around that many people at any.
It's a lot of people inside Foster Park. It's a lot of people inside Foster.
It's a small
Park.
Area.
Can we use Foster Park and use the square like we used to?
Mm-hmm.
Make it a thing.
It just, even if you don't want to do that, start knocking some houses down and build some more park or something.
Well, you see, when they do First Friday, right? Yeah. They do First Friday at the park, and they also do First Friday off the square. Yeah.
Well, I know the First Friday is run by the Kokomo Downtown Business Association or downtown. Mm-hmm. It has something to do with those guys, so they're trying to highlight businesses, so that's why they want to keep it downtown.
How would a fair not highlight businesses?
Those same businesses were the one, and I'm not saying the same because there's so much turnover down there; it's insane. But there were some businesses, there were local businesses in there that were mad about Hanes because it would negatively impact their foot traffic during the weekends that the Hanes would be there, during the week that Hanes would be there, or whatever.
Maybe they should do business better,
or maybe just who gives a shit about your local business for one fucking 4-day stretch, Let us have something nice. I mean, it was downtown. It was a lot. They built a lot of stuff.
That doesn't sound very all lives matter of people. So
well, they did. I mean, I know one of the places they would put the rides before is where they. I honestly think that the idea behind it was we're going to move the fair down to Foster Park. We're going to put some money into Foster Park.
We'll put the rides down at Foster Park. A1.
Yeah. Cool. Well, they want to
put the vendors around town. Put food stuff around the square.
You know what I said they do? Shut down Washington Street right there. Put them right there. Mm-hmm. That's a big ass street. They have a.
Let's not act like the city can't shut down streets. We've lived here all summer,
dude.
All fucking summer.
You can't even. They shut. How the fuck? Okay, this is completely separate. But how the fuck do you shut down 31 Like a whole bridge of 31's been shut down for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you just shut down 31? Like, it's the main road in town. 931. Like, I can't even. I have to go. And then, like, the funny thing is the route that you have to take, it goes through, like, the schools. Yeah. It goes through, like, all the park. It goes all the way over there by Ollie's and shit. You got to go drive through there. Then you got to drive by Sycamore School just to get out. All the way through there. And it's, like, so congested.
Uh-huh.
Like, I go pick my kid up from Howard. He goes to Howard Elementary. So I have to drive out there and get him. And I can't take that road. I got to go all the way around. And then Sycamore lets out. So then when I come back, I have to, like, get through all that. It's like, Kokomo, are you serious? Like, why do we do this shit every fucking year?
I pick up kids from Bon Air and from Boulevard, like, Kokomo High School area.
Yeah.
Like, in that span. And just...
That's a big area.
Yeah, it is a big area. It's better than when I used to pick up kid at Taylor.
Yeah.
So, like, just go.
So I do Howard to Taylor.
Oh God.
But luckily, me and my girl go separate ways. So I don't do both. Because if I had to do both, I'd probably I'd throw myself.
It'd be a lot
or something.
It'd be a lot.
But I'd try to get kidnapped at Walmart if I had to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they keep shutting everything down. Like, if you can shut down roads for construction, you can shut it down for some vendors, so that we can at least make it big enough that we can do that. It's just so obnoxious. I mean, speaking of,
you know what we should do?
What?
We should just run for offices.
Yeah, just take it.
We'll run for let's get on the fucking Chamber of Commerce. Let's get on the Board of Trustees. Let's just do some shit.
Yeah.
Vote for us.
Yeah, Kokomo Press. Vote for the press.
Vote for either of us. Vote for both of us at the same time.
Yeah.
For all categories.
We'll just go on different ones. And we'll just go throw Brian in one. His dad used to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Courtney, we can have her do it. We'll all do it.
My aunt, she was a councilwoman before.
For real?
Yeah.
That's baller, dude. That's baller, dude. Does she like it, or does she have to...
She passed away last year.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the aunt that watches the podcast. No. I can see her doing it. She seems pretty cool.
Yeah. She could. She's been on some boards for a couple things too.
Yeah, I haven't been to Haynes Iverson in a couple years because I just don't have really any interest in going.
I know I hadn't been to the Haynes a lot, or like I've been to the 4-H fair.
Yeah, I've been to that one.
Since I've been to the Haynes.
Yeah.
That didn't sound right. My bad. But I haven't been to the Haynes in a long ass fucking time. So.
Yeah. I haven't been there, but I did go to the Atlanta Earth Festival yesterday.
Yeah.
And I went to the Tipton Fork Festival a couple weeks before that.
Yeah.
So I've been around a lot of people, and I can tell you, I don't miss any of you people. I really don't want to be around you.
You don't like people?
It's not that I don't like people. I just don't like being around crowds of people. Like, it's just Indiana's. We're not an attractive bunch here. Right. There's some hot people. There's some. I was thinking in my head as I'm walking around. I'm like, man, this is what people from the Midwest look like. We're in trouble. That's why we live in the Midwest. Because like we are not California hot.
There's a scale. You know about the scale, right?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, there's a scale. Like, so California hot, like 10-10.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Technically, would probably be like an Indiana 15.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because.
But an Indiana 10 would be a California.
Probably like 7.
Yeah.
That
makes sense, actually. Because there's a lot of elevated voices here, and like hot women, hot men in Indiana that, like, I'm like, not that hot here.
Yeah. I've been calculating the scale for some years now.
You got an equation?
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, get you a whiteboard
well,
right here.
Yeah,
You have a theory about this. Tell me.
I have a theory. Like, we've done this for different states before. Like, just me and a few buddies.
Yeah?
It's like, so, like, Alabama rates less than Indiana, right?
Yeah.
Because it's Alabama.
It's Alabama.
Yeah, we assume
there's less teeth per capita.
Yes, exactly. So, we assume that, like, an Alabama 8 is probably still, like, it's probably actually an Indiana 8. 2. But in, like, California, it'd be like a 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not the ratio. It's like a almost like a trade rate, like an exchange rate, like an exchange rate, like euro to dollar. Mm-hmm. But it's like a hot 10 in Indiana to a 7 in LA or something like that.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think I'm fully behind this. I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. Let's build an entire profile for people to let them know, you're a 10 in Indiana, but you're probably a 7 or an 8.
Let's make it so that like people will know where they'll be, where they will rate the highest at.
Yeah, so you can move
like,
there.
Yeah. So like if you're an Indiana 4, right, and you're like, I just gotta get out of Indiana. Like, I could do a little bit better, right? So you move to Montana and you instantly become an 8 because there's nobody there.
Yeah. It's literally slim pickings.
Yeah. We'll help you. This is what the Kokomo Press does. We help people.
And then we can create like an app where, like, let's say you're going on vacation to Florida, which Florida I think would have to be like the hardest one to coagulate because like it probably fluctuates more than any other.
Florida is on a scale of 1 to 20.
Yeah, and it's volatile.
Yeah.
It's volatile.
And honestly, being a 20 in Florida is not necessarily a good thing.
No.
Like...
That's funny. No, but seriously, it'd be funny to do like an exchange rate, like an app where, like, let's say you're going on vacation in Florida and they're like, okay, I'm going to Pensacola or I'm going on to Panama Beach. Like, okay, during this time, there's a lot less people from here, so that's not... Like, during spring break, it's, like, inflated high because there's a lot of hot people that go to spring break. But during regular season, you might be this. So it kind of lets you know, like, hey... Am I going to get laid when I go to Florida? Look at the scale here. You'll know like where you fall. And like, oh, okay, I'm above a 5, so I'm going to get. There's a pretty good chance I might meet a hot girl and might be able to get. And then you have to factor in like daddy issues, whether she strips, whether she has an OnlyFans, whether he has an OnlyFans, whether he strips, whether he's a hoe. And then you do all those factors.
We should also like go into detail. Like if you're doing this for like clubbing or like spring breaking and shit like that, We'll make out areas so where like you should be good here as a 5, right?
Yeah.
These are where the 5s go. This is where the 7s go. Like so that you're not reaching out of your own expectations.
Yeah.
So
it makes sense, and then it helps you out.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna take a quick break. I think we're gonna have a guest on, so we're getting ready to do a quick break. We'll have a guest. We'll be right back with you. Woo! Hey, we're back here, and we've got a special guest here with the Jordans. We've got Jesse, Messi, Davis in the motherfucking house.
Yeah.
Let's get some of these going.
Thank you, guys.
A little clipping on there, but we'll deal with it. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Just got back from Lafayette.
Would you go to a show?
No, we just went bar hopping downtown.
Nice.
Downtown on our bicycles.
I need your life right now. Bar hopping in Lafayette, man.
And it's cool going downhill, but coming back to Tony's house uphill. Damn.
Does your brother live in Lafayette?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I wasn't sure. I haven't. He used to live here though, right?
Yeah.
And then he moved out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Lafayette a little bit better than Kokomo.
Yeah, I mean, there's more to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel more, safe in Lafayette.
You feel safer?
Yeah, I feel safer in Lafayette.
You don't want to get kidnapped at Walmart?
I understand that.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Understand that.
Kokomo, came and go to Walmart grocery shopping with my daughter.
Did you see that shit?
Yeah, that shit was
we were
crazy.
talking about that earlier on the podcast. We were talking about how insane this shit is that these two old people on like meth, coke, and weed were like, let's just grab a 1-year-old.
Right.
Yeah.
And they got caught for it too, didn't they? Mm-hmm. They arrested them and shit. Yeah.
They're staying in the parking lot.
Yeah.
They're just sitting in the car.
They're looking for more kids.
Like,
that one didn't work.
What he said, they're like, hey, we'll just reload and come back in a little bit.
It's like, you chose a white one. What's wrong with you?
That's what
we can talk about that too. Yeah. We wouldn't even have heard about it if a person of color, like a child of color.
Took a little black baby. You've just been like, I'm Angelina Jolie, and everybody would be like, oh, okay.
Okay, you're good. That's awesome.
Because I took Lil shopping the next day, and I remember I was like, you got to stay with me, or someone's going to take you.
Yeah.
And she's like, and then I'll never see you again.
She's like, all right. She got a train ticket. She's bored with it. She got one of those little fucking sticks with the little tie in the back. She's like, I'm going. Fucking getting out of here.
I never... Y'all ever wonder what little hobo dudes would keep in their little, like, thing?
Drugs.
Like, is it just drugs? Because it was just a handkerchief. Like, you can't fit that much
There's
in
not
there.
a lot in there.
You'd be surprised if you can roll some clothes up pretty tight.
I mean, no, I've been in the
with your
army.
drugs inside of it, of
I've
course.
been in the army, I know that.
I want to know how
It
that
makes
was
sense
something
it's
that
just
people
drugs.
did in the first place, because I mean, we obviously Kokomo, we have plenty of homeless people. I've not seen a single homeless person
Never.
with a stick.
Never seen
I feel like I would probably give you more money if you. So that's like a pro tip for you guys that are homeless out there that watch the podcast. Get one of those sticks with the little. You might actually get more people giving you money. They're like, hey man.
Yeah, if you're homeless.
Yeah, if you're homeless. Only if you're homeless.
Yeah.
Let us know if you're homeless and you use this trick and it works.
Yeah, we want to know if it works, because we might be jobless and homeless soon before too long with this pandemic and shit.
Mm-hmm.
What you been up to?
Not my
Anything new?
president.
You been up to anything new?
None of them are my president.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Just band practice.
Band practice. How'd that go?
Getting ready for the Psycho Stick show coming up. That
That's pretty baller. When
October,
you guys are playing at Emerson?
Yeah, the Emerson, October 16th.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Dwarf on Midgets.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
And there's another band called Downtown Brown.
Yeah.
And you ever listen to them?
No.
They're really weird. Like, it's like a little punk fusion with some weird, like, Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff. Like, kind of like Bizarre Noir.
Yeah.
You know, weird, like the vocals just everywhere. And I'm like, hell yeah, I can't wait to see these guys live.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Danny Elfman, he's like, what, the composer?
He did all, he did
all the
Spider-Mans,
Like,
And
his band called Oingo Boingo.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
He in a band?
Yeah, he was the leader of the Oingo
That's
Boingo.
crazy. Yeah, I know that guy, the guy that does, like...
Well, you don't know Oingo Boingo? I'm out of here.
You know Oingo Boingo?
You don't know fucking Oingo Boingo?
The guy that did the album with Childish Gambino. Do you guys remember his name? Ludwig something Gordonson. I'm terrible with Swedish names, but he did the score for the Star Wars Mandalorian season.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah,
But he won like a bunch of.
Oh, yeah.
He won a Grammy with Childish Gambino for the album. They did the.
Oh. That album was amazing.
It was pretty good. It was pretty fucking good. Yeah, I liked a lot of something. They have a song there called "She Want to Move to California." Have you heard that one's crazy?
But we're actually meeting a kid today at practice, trying out for vocals.
Oh
stuff,
shit!
named
We're gonna
Chris.
do some screaming.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I saw you guys at Harvest Fest. Like, I enjoyed the set. I really did. I thought it was fun. You guys only did like 3 songs, right? Yeah. But the set was really cool, and I liked the different feels going in and out of it. It was really cool. I just wonder how a vocalist is gonna fit.
Exactly.
With that.
Yeah. Because I've been writing some lyrics to it, but
you're writing some
yeah.
fucking lyrics.
Yeah.
Killing it.
It's called Flat Mars.
Yeah.
Because I had this conspiracy that's why the government's releasing all this UFO stuff to distract you that actually Mars is flat, not Earth.
Dude, I swear we're going around in circles. You guys didn't hear for the first half of the podcast, but we talked about flat Earth in the first half.
The Flat Mars, man.
Flat Mars.
It distracted you, man.
I like it though.
Flat Mars.
Mars.
We can't tell. We don't go there.
Exactly.
Yeah, nobody can really. It would be make more sense to like say other planets are flat. And then say we can figure out this one pretty easily.
This is where Kyrie's fucking up, man.
Kyrie Irving needs to quit talking about flat Earth. They're talking about flat Mars.
Kyrie. Wasn't there a rapper too that was flat earther?
Wasn't
like
it
B.O.B.
like Wiz Khalifa?
B.O.B. Yeah, B.O.B. He's a flat earther. Remember that?
We were talking about because Kyrie Irving, like he's been like liking stuff. So he became the vice president of the NBA PA. So he's part of the union vice president. He's one of the thought leaders for the NBA union.
No shit.
And then he's been liking posts on Instagram that are like the Moderna virus or the Moderna vaccine is putting chips in to like basically watch. To like check out people of color, mostly people of color, black people and stuff. So he's like, and I'm like, what if he starts to infiltrate that into other people in the NBA PA, and then it becomes like nobody wants to get the shot because of that.
Yeah.
What are you saying on the vax? Do you think there's microchips in it? The
Bro,
vaccination?
I hope so. 'Cause I'm trying to get a superpower.
I'm trying to get rid of this phone, man. Just put all my music in my head, microchip my head and shit. Let's do this. Let's do this already.
Yeah,
that would
man.
be great. That would be so fucking good.
So you got the Johnson, right?
I haven't. No, I'm unvaxxed. Still,
but you got the
get
Johnson,
out of
right?
here.
Which one did you get?
I didn't know. I'm still. No, I got the first one, and they scheduled the second one. What was that called? Not J&J.
Yeah.
The other one.
The Moderna?
Pfizer?
Is it
Pfizer?
Moderna? No, yeah.
There's Pfizer, Moderna.
Yeah,
and
Pfizer.
J&J,
That's what it was.
Here, that's what we have here.
Yeah, because I stayed unvaxxed so long, but I was like, I'm going to Houston, so I'm like, I have to.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. If you want to do anything, you have to get it. So, like, I feel like anybody who's waiting, like, unless you have like a serious like predilection, like you really do believe in the conspiracy stuff, and maybe you're right. I don't fucking know. Yeah. I don't know everything. But if you're right, let's say you're not gonna be able to do shit for the longest time. Yeah. You can't go to a concert. You can't go to can't go to shows. You can't do anything. It's like I would rather. I mean, if my DNA changes, that's cool as long as I can go to a show.
Yeah,
I like my superpowers. I'm just saying, my superpowers.
Yeah, he went Super Saiyan. Look at him. He took the shot and went Super Saiyan. Boom. Yeah, man, that's fucking wild though. I'm excited for Dwarf playing with Psycho. You guys played with Psycho before, right?
Yes, this will be your third time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, third or fourth.
Yeah.
I think. But the best is when we played him with the Rock Lobster downtown in Indy.
Yeah.
And my buddies got in, Aaron and all them, because they just walked in and they're like, "Are you in the band?" And they go, "Yeah, I'm in the band." You know, and then it was like, Dwarf, because there's only 3 of us, but we can say there's like 8 people in Dwarf. Yeah. Just come on in.
Yeah.
And I just remember getting wasted and everyone's moshing, spilling beer on the front board. People just slipping off their ass, just hitting, falling down, just cracking their
You
heads
guys have
and
played with
shit.
some pretty fucking cool people. You guys have played
Yeah.
with Dwarf.
Yep.
You guys have played with Psycho Stick, obviously. You guys have played with Green Jelly,
Yeah.
or whatever you call it now.
Yeah,
I don't know, they have to
whatever.
switch it, right?
Bill don't like me anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens. And the one thing about, I can tell you one thing about the music scene is that eventually everybody hates each other for a while.
Yeah.
And then you come back.
And I still
there.
give Maddie and Kibble shit for it because they're still members of
Yeah.
Green Jello. And
Yeah.
I'm like, once you get touched by Bill.
Who else have you guys played with? You guys played with
I always play with so many people. Guttermouth.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I remember that Guttermouth show. We played a lot of reggae and a lot of punk bands and punk rock night before.
I think
they
the
became
craziest thing you guys
assholes.
have done is the Heart Fest, Skankfest.
Oh, Skankfest, yeah, Brooklyn,
Yeah,
Brooklyn,
yeah.
New York.
That's so crazy.
Yo, Brooklyn.
The fact that you guys won that, they won Dwarf My Midgets. This is Jesse. He's the drummer for Dwarf My Midgets, and they all write the songs together. So he's written a bunch of the songs
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It's pretty wild. But basically, they played Skankfest, which is like a huge comedy festival that they have in New York, where the Legion of Skanks, the podcast, the Gas Digital
It's
guys,
3
like
days
Louis
of just
Gomez.
craziness.
Yeah, like
They had a
Big J
wrestling event.
Olkerson.
They had a wrestling shit there. With,
They had a dick sucking contest. That was pretty
Yeah,
wild.
with
They
a
had
fake
dildo.
dick. Yeah, with a fake dick. Yeah.
And didn't
Fake dick.
Louis Gomez.
Yeah, he won. Yeah,
he
he won,
went
didn't
deep
he?
on that dick. That's what I heard. He can suck a mean dick. Mean
The
fake dick.
coolest shit I ever saw though, they has it's a naked battle roast. They have.
Oh shit!
And there's no cameras allowed. You're not allowed to bring
Obviously.
anything, because
Yeah.
everyone's naked. Everyone on stage is naked. The judges, everybody.
That's insane.
And they introduce them one by one too, so
Yeah.
you can see, they show them off their body and shit like that. And there was this one girl versus this guy comedian, and she was a small little girl, and she goes, "Hold on a second," and she reached into her vagina and pulled out a paper bag and flipped it out and opened it, and it was her jokes.
Oh my god! She won immediately.
Yeah,
she won. She
Everyone
won
was like,
immediately.
"Oh,
Winner.
yeah,
Winner, you win.
Winner.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah, it
favorite
was
spot
my
to
favorite.
put drugs when you get pulled over. And just
And,
hey, hero.
And my buddy Zach Amico, he's hosting, of course,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's so brutal, and he staples like $5 bills on him, shit like
shit.
that. He's like cutting himself, like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in between the shows, and then Ari Shafir, that's the first one I saw with Ari Shafir was
yeah.
there, and Ari had to piss, so he peed in this he filled up his beer cup, and they're sitting there, and Zach Amico's standing next to him, and everyone's like, do it, and he's covered like blood already. Zach's like, no, don't do it, and Ari just went, BOW! Right in his face,
No.
piss all over him, and everyone's going, puke, and Zach's like, ugh, like, trying not to throw up, and I'm like, where the fuck are we?
Yeah, where are you? This is insane,
I'm
dude.
in New York. There was at Long Island at the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
at the Gentry Loft.
Yeah.
And
How many have you went
to? This will be my fourth one.
Yeah, you went to.
fourth.
You've gone.
Yeah,
you're
so
gonna
you
go
got
to
that tattoo right there in Long Island.
But you've only played one, right?
Yeah,
You've
yeah,
only
I played once.
That's
yeah.
the craziest
Yeah.
thing is that you've been.
Yeah,
Were, not only
exactly.
not
I've
only
been
did you
on
guys
both
win
sides
it,
of it,
but
yeah.
you're a big part of it. Dude.
Yeah,
You
they
like
know.
that shit.
Yeah, they know us.
Well, I know when the funny thing was when they announced you guys on the show when you first started making it to like the top 20 or
Yeah,
something like that,
yeah.
or something. When you guys had to do because they did a weekly thing and then they had to go head to head with another band and then they would win and then you go on the next round. And I just remember when they brought it up, he was like, "Hey, I partied with that guy in Indianapolis. He got kicked out of the bar for wearing shorts."
Yeah, they wouldn't let me in because
Yeah.
I was wearing jean shorts.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, you can't come in here. I go, what? It's like,
Jean
yeah,
shorts? Oh, yeah, we don't wear
they're
shorts
too
here.
low, gang member. Like, do I look like him in the gang? Like,
A little bit.
Well, it was cool because I was walking a biker gang, maybe a shitty
Yeah.
biker gang. And that reminds me, we were riding our bike yesterday in Lafayette, and we parked our bicycles next to the motorcycles. And my brother has a picture of it. We're like, #bike gang. Fuck with us. Fuck with us.
MC M/C. Yeah, that actually happened. We didn't even cover that today. We got to talk about that.
What'd you do?
Was there a bike game?
No, there was.
Oh,
that,
yeah,
that
Saturday.
Huge, yeah, that
Or
huge.
no,
thing.
Friday night. Yeah, helicopters and shit.
The helicopters that
Kokomo.
were in Kokomo. all
Oh
those
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, we talked about that a little
Last
bit last
podcast.
week. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what we talked about.
And
That's crazy.
did it get
And
confirmed that it was
Yeah,
motorcycle
it was
gang?
confirmed.
And it's funny because
Yeah,
everybody.
motorcycle gangs and council members. Yeah.
Yeah,
I there was rumors that some guy, big wigs, a big council wig.
that's what.
And
there
I
was
was,
a rumor
and I was like,
heard
did
about.
Jordan start that on Kokomo Press? That's the first thing I thought. I was like,
But like honestly, I did get information. Somebody did tell me that.
yeah.
It wasn't just fabricated. I read it.
Oh yeah, I heard that they're all.
So was the
low-key
councilman
trash anyways?
Was he attached to the biker gang?
Hopefully.
councilman.
I hope so. Hopefully.
Because I heard they were trying to get lure the cops away somewhere so they can shoot them. That's what I heard. Because like they were pissed the cops were even there. Like FBI was there, you know.
Yeah.
Like, some funeral and shit, and they're like, all right, now
Let's double down.
Yeah, so let's shoot these cops on the way out. Yeah,
it was going to be a gang turf war. Now let's just go cops and FBI. That's crazy. Yeah, and they ended up seizing like a bunch of weed and a bunch of drugs and a bunch of guns, right?
And I know everybody I knew I was hustling, man, everything stopped.
Yeah.
So you couldn't get nothing. It's like, hey, can I get some wax? Nope.
Nope.
Prank call.
Yeah. Earwax, maybe. Come over. That's wild though. That whole motorcycle thing was wild. But yeah, you guys played skate. You guys won Battle of the Badass Bands, which is badass.
Yeah. Which is nice about that because about 700 bands entered their shit, and only 30 of them were picked. Like they handpicked like 30 of them
of the 700.
out of the 700.
And then those go head to head.
And then they go one-on-one.
And you
bracket.
guys won the whole
all
fucking
of it out
thing.
of 700 fucking shit. Yeah.
And it's crazy to me how little press you guys got for that. It drives me insane that we have like 2 or 3 town newspapers and a bunch of shit, and there's zero acknowledgement.
Kokomo
from
don't like us. Kokomo never liked us.
Even if it's offensive, it's still what is it? Impressive. It can be offensive and impressive.
Because that's what highlight your fucking people.
That's what I was telling that dude Chris, because we met him and we were talking to him, and he goes, "Oh, you're in the other band, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "You play shows here?" I'm like, "Oh no, Dwarf's not allowed to play anywhere." Like I even asked, and they're like, "No, we can't. You gotta sound like a hipster. You gotta own a record store to play."
You guys are playing Emerson, which you guys were pretty much banned from Indy. It's pretty cool to see you guys back in Emerson.
They want us back. Actually, they emailed us and they want us to play.
The Emerson?
The punk rock night.
Oh, they're back. They're trying to get you guys back.
They were trying to get us back, and we were like,
"Is the guy that was there before gone?" Or?
Yeah, they've been gone. But I was like, I can't do it now. I can't go back there. It's more punk rock to not go back there.
I honestly think you guys should though. At this point. The only reason why is because the guy's gone. You guys outlived the. I want to see you guys go back in there and outlive the guy. Fuck that guy, dude.
Well, so we did that before even that guy was there. We saw a lot of because we played that bar for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Before,
Melian, right?
Yeah, Melian. And we've seen people come and go. In and out of that place.
You guys are what, 15 years strong?
Yeah, about 15 years.
That's insane. Like a band for 15 years?
Off and on, because I always leave.
You leave. You guys
I leave, move away for about 3 years, and then come back, leave.
Like, but the fact that you guys still playing shows now is crazy. Yeah. And it's like, people come out. I mean, I saw you guys at Harvest Fest. I saw your new project, Kanthar.
Yeah. Well,
and then I saw...
It's a working title for a...
Kanthar. You guys think about changing it?
Yeah, because, Chuck was like, it's too controversial and shit like that.
I think so?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Wait, because it looks like cunt hair?
Yeah.
But it doesn't even look like cunt hair. It looks like cunt...
Kanthari.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. But I get it. I mean, he's what, one half the band right now.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Obviously, if he doesn't like it, you got to figure it out.
Yeah, dictatorship.
Yeah. Maddie just finished mixing and mastering 2 songs for our band, me and Maddie's band. So I was just excited to get some more songs done, but we're not going to release anything until...
I was trying to get him to mix some shit before the Psycho Stick show, but his lazy ass won't do it. So send me the tracks and I'll do it.
He was off all last week.
Yeah,
you guys have Ian too. You guys have, it's because he came in contact with a guy with COVID. Justin had COVID.
Oh shit, Clark?
Yeah, Clark got COVID.
Damn.
Yeah, he was a little bit sick and he was fine, but he has already been vaccinated.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have been vaccinated and still got it.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy how it's like.
But they said they're not as sick.
You don't get as sick.
Yeah, you don't get as sick.
And then but the thing that bothers me about it is like you're not as sick, but you can also get other people still sick though.
Yeah.
You can still transmit
spread it. Yeah, you can still spread
which
it.
Which is like insane to me. The thing is like we got the vaccine that we got, but it's the best that we have, but it's not perfect.
So do you think down the road it'd be like, because you know how we get our polio shots and shit, like as your baby's going into high school or elementary school, there'll be a COVID shot eventually.
I think they should.
When you're like
I think
at your 2, that's like you don't get your COVID shot until you're 3.
Which I'd be down with as long as like obviously they need to get these the study. I mean we pushed this shit quick because we wanted to get everybody back to work, back to normal life, back to living like a regular person.
Yes.
But the truth of the matter is like you also don't want to give that to a baby until we know the long term effects of what this does. Because if we end up growing like an extra ball. I'd like to know that before I give it.
Hell yeah.
I need one more ball.
More semen?
More semen.
The fuck? You say that like it's a bad thing. It's called evolution.
Yeah. I saw a podcast with, do you know Annie Lederman? She's hilarious. And she was talking about how she dated a guy that only had one ball because he had testicular cancer. She said she enjoyed it because it was one less thing not to worry about. Fucking Tom Green ass motherfucker. I wonder if she did Tom Green.
I say, you guys watch Netflix?
Yeah.
At all?
Yeah.
You Bruce Lee fans?
Yeah.
There's a show on there called The Birth of a Dragon.
Oh shit.
It takes a different side of, because you know that fight he did in San Francisco, in Chinatown, where he was teaching white people, and you don't really hear that much, but that he fought him, Bruce Lee won, and that was the end of it. And then he came up with Jeet Kune Do and all that stuff. But this movie, it talks about that fight and how Bruce Lee was actually an asshole the whole time. And this Chinaman came over and humbled his ass, beat the shit out of Bruce Lee, and actually won the fight, but he wouldn't take it. Like, it's all fucked up. They got done fighting, they just bowed at the end. Yeah. But Bruce Lee got his ass beat.
Isn't that what they were talking about in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? It was kind of like
he kind of arrogant,
version of that. Like he was cocky, arrogant. I know a lot of people got mad about it with the whole Brad Pitt thing.
But it was. I was like, and he's wearing all black and all he's being an asshole. Yeah. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. Like,
how old was he? You know about how old he was?
What? It was 20 something.
He's in his 20s. It's not surprising that a guy who's a pretty good fighter was cocky in his 20s. Like,
no one could stop his style.
Yeah,
he was doing the Wing Kong or something like that, some other style at the time. He's doing the 1-inch punch. Yeah, he was just killing it. No, I'm the fastest man on the planet. And this monk from Hong Kong came over and just fucking humbled him.
Yeah. I mean, as it should be, though.
And I'm a Bruce Lee. I love Bruce Lee, and I was like, wow, I've never seen that take, because I've always heard about the fight. Yeah. And shit like that, but they never really just glossed over it.
Right.
It's like, oh, he won, and then he did a new style of fighting.
Yeah.
But it was really good. If you like Bruce Lee.
He got his ass kicked, and then he was like, I gotta change shit up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, at least he learned. A lot of people get their ass kicked, they don't learn, they just keep doing it. They just keep trying to fight the same way.
You ever got your ass kicked before?
Yeah, I have. I got my ass kicked. I got jumped a couple times.
Oh shit!
When I was younger,
I can see that.
Yeah. I got a mouth on me. But that's really the only way people would beat my ass is jumping me, because I'm quick.
I think I jumped you before. I think I helped jump.
Yeah, you beat me up against a car recently. Yeah, we talk about the show all the time on here. Yeah, Jesse's in Ultra Droid with us. He's playing Angry Man. That's the name of the guy. But he'll probably get a name later on, because we're gonna have you come back for sure.
I still like it. Like have a neck brace on. Like I get Corey's neck brace.
Party.
We get
What's up, guys? What's up? I love it. I want to get
my daughter's crying.
Daddy can't move his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we did that scene. That was fun, man. I had a good time with that scene. I mean,
when you actually did hit my car.
Yeah, that part.
Oh shit! I thought I didn't put it in park before I got up. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
That's what I posted. Did you see that in the group? I was like, I'm the Daniel Day-Lewis of local Kokomo acting. It's method. I got to do it for real to make it real.
No, you put the method.
I put the meth. Kokomo put the meth and method. Yeah, they can't help it. Yeah, man. We have a couple of things that we were talking about. We always do a couple of topics. We talked about Gabby Petito. Do you have any?
About Ric Flair being canceled?
Oh, that we didn't talk about that. We gotta talk about that.
I don't want to talk about Ric Flair.
You're sad. He's sad right now.
I know, but I was like, everybody knew. Like, I've heard that story so many times. Yeah,
if you didn't know that Ric Flair was on some planes helicoptering his dick, like.
That's a common thing.
The fuck? You don't know about Ric Flair, man.
It's Ric Flair, dude.
I was filming. I watched that documentary, The Dark Side of the Ring, the plane ride from hell, and I was feeling, bad for this woman until at the end she took the buyout. She took money, and I was like, well, then shut the fuck up, then.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't understand. Like, people are wanting to cancel Ric Flair and some shit over this, but like. Given Ric Flair was wrong, he obviously.
But in his world, he wasn't.
He obviously admitted he was wrong, because they did. They did some sort of settlement.
Yeah, they paid her off.
He wasn't trying to rape the woman.
No.
He was just being
messing with her.
He was way more enthused than he needed to be about the situation on a private jet.
Do they have any footage, or is it?
No, it's not actual. It's just stories.
They do reenactments.
Ironically, it was so crazy because after that plane ride, that's when WWE became WWE. Like, it was WWF.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Right after that plane ride, they just switched everything.
Yeah,
like fired.
Well, they had to. You remember they
fired Scott Hall.
They're like Kobe.
Yeah.
Look, that was. I'm 24.
Yeah,
that was 8.
Yeah, that was 8.
That was WWF. We're WWE. We had nothing to do with what he did on that plane. That was WWF.
We don't rape.
Talk to the World Wildlife Fund. They're the motherfuckers you got to talk to about that.
The craziest thing about this whole story is that now this came out 20 years later, right?
Yeah.
And the only person that got in the most trouble was this guy named Tommy Dreamer, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't even on the flight. He was not on the flight. He was just sticking up for Ric Flair, which
Rob Van
Ric Flair was wrong.
Yeah.
because you don't helicopter.
Well, no.
You don't helicopter your dick on some unsuspecting stewardess.
Without her permission.
Yeah.
Well, he did that in the whole hallway. He did everybody's.
Yeah,
he did it in the hallway.
Yeah.
He'd come down the highway with helicoptering it, and the boys are cheering him on.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, I get it. I'd show my dick.
It
off
was
too.
the most electrifying dick in sports entertainment. You know?
And
It was.
different.
That's
a
what
little bit different. That's what, yeah, it's like,
It was jet flying, high profile.
Yeah, that's jet flying, high profile, and penis.
Helicopter.
Yeah.
Helicopter spinning, alligator
Kobe.
wearing,
Oh,
son of a.
Scream Kobe after scream helicopter.
Kobe.
Oh,
so
man,
Like,
that
you
is
get
so
it?
funny.
You get it? Dude, helicopter? I don't get it.
I'm gonna do this a little bit. I think we're peeking it a little bit. Hopefully the audio doesn't suck, guys. Sorry if it does, because we got an extra body in here.
Yay.
My phone went off. No, we're not that kind of podcast. Get it out! Throw it out of the room. What's that from?
That's so unprofessional.
Throw your phone. Throw your phone out of the room. What's that from?
What is that from? Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Throw
it
your
right
phone-
now.
I
Throw
don't-
it.
I don't-
Throw
I
your
don't-
fucking phone.
No, I don't want to do it. No, you throw your
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
phone out of here. It makes them throw the phone. Throw your phone.
Anger
into-
management? No.
I can't remember. It's,
No.
I want to feel like it was like a. It was a badass, like a badass movie. I remember that. Was it American Gangster? It wasn't that movie, was it?
No. They don't think they had phones.
No?
They didn't have cell
telephones.
phones. Yeah.
That's true. Okay, I forgot. That is an older movie.
That is a good movie, though.
Yeah.
I like that movie, Denzel Washington.
Yeah, that was hilarious though when he made him throw that guy. I can't remember what that's from, but he made him throw the phone out of the room.
I love that scene where he just shoots that dude and goes back to his breakfast.
Oh yeah, that's
He
wild.
just puts down that. Hold on a second. Walks out, shoots a dude in the head in the street, and walks right back in. Like nothing happened. I was like,
Imagine
God
getting that
damn.
power. That's like the
it's
biggest
cold.
show power ever. Like literally, like I can literally kill somebody in the broad daylight in the middle of the street, walk back in and eat my breakfast and then leave.
But they had another one that after this plane ride from hell. They just did it last Thursday. The Chris Canyon story.
Yeah,
About him.
One, yeah.
It was good, but it's sad. They harped on a lot where he came out as gay in 2007.
Yeah.
Or 5 or 6. Like right when Chris Benoit died, I think he came out.
Died.
And then or murdered.
Murder,
suicide.
suicide.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
self-inflicted.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what did she say? No. What started him to get on that path?
We just keep circling back to the same conversations because we just had this conversation about the Gabby Petito.
Yeah, like
Oh,
what
yeah,
happened
Petito,
there? Like,
yeah, they
something
found the
had to-
body.
Yeah, they found the
They
body.
found the body, yeah.
They found the van and the body. Did you hear how they found the body? Some lady had a GoPro out there and was like around doing things, and she was looking. She's like, "Oh, I was out there recently. Maybe I had the van on me." So she went through all of her GoPro footage and found the van, and then they went to where she had found the van, like where her footage was in the GoPro, and they found the van.
And he's still missing, right?
And he's
He's
missing.
still missing.
I say missing.
I think he probably
he's
killed
not.
himself somewhere.
You think he? I think he went to the swamp and was just like,
so what else you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, he's like what 20 something too as well.
Yeah. He looked crazy.
I was like, you could have just broke up with her.
Well, that's that other guy, that Chris guy that killed his kids and his woman. It's the
Dude,
same
that
thing.
documentary was fucking
Why didn't he just
creepy.
break up with her? Like, why would you
Yeah.
kill your kids?
He's
And
dumb as fuck because he got that other chick pregnant.
I know, but even then, like,
Let me
break
just
up
see
with her.
That scene that pissed me off is when he had to kill his kids. Like that scene right
Yeah,
there,
that's
where he had to go
insane.
one by one.
Yeah.
Like he took one to the side and one waiting in the car. I was like, imagine that little girl was waiting in that car.
That's so heavy.
Yeah.
dude.
I was
That's
like,
so fucking
kill this
heavy.
motherfucker.
Well, the crazy part of that is like it just shows you that guys would still rather fucking kill their kids and their ex-wife than pay child support. So quit making them pay child support.
And this is how we're back to Chris Benoit.
Yeah, back to
Yeah.
Chris Benoit, yeah.
But anyway, Chris Canyon
Yeah.
came out, and Chris Benoit, all that shit happened with him, and then no one gave a shit.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like on this documentary now, like that plane ride from hell did such a big buzz, and then no one gave a shit about Chris Canyon now.
Oh,
like
shit.
his documentary, there's
I
like
don't
no
think-
buzz.
I
you
think
know?
that's the way those Dark Side of the Ring documentaries are
because
set up.
they changed history.
Well, you remember, okay, so this third season of this. First season, the one everyone was talking about was Benoit's story, right?
That's second season.
Was it second
Yeah,
season?
Yeah,
Okay.
first season was Bruiser Brody. That was the big
That
one
was
in
a
the
good
first
one,
season.
yeah.
Yeah, the Puerto Rico. And I always thought he was stabbed by a fan. And it was like, no, it was the Carlito family or the Colon family that stabbed him.
Yeah.
Like, I never do that.
Yeah.
Because growing up, that's what you heard. Oh, crazy fans of Puerto Rico will stab you. Like Bruiser Brody died that way.
Epico and Primo's people, they're...
Yeah. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
That I think that's how those dark sides are framed, because last season we had Crispin Wall, and then there was a couple other filler ones.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily remember, but you maybe you remember like.
Cocaine cowboy boots, my favorite.
Yeah.
The UH. Yeah.
This season was crazy.
Yeah, I like that one.
This season was crazy because we had the Pillman one,
yeah.
which was fucking great, and then Jake the Snake's.
Yeah, Dad, Grizzly
Yeah,
Snake.
his family.
That was heavy episode.
But
too.
every other one is like really, really good one. Just kind of filler episode. Really, really good one. Just kind of
I'm
filler
saying just
episode.
poor Chris
They're good
Canyon
stories.
though. But
Yeah,
poor
good
Chris
stories.
Canyon though, man. He wanted to be, and he was a good wrestler.
I mean,
like I like Chris Canyon. And Mortis,
Who does these?
Mortis was the shit. There's these two fans.
Yeah.
They're two directors. You know, they're wrestling fans.
I don't
they're
know if
just
they're.
dudes?
Yeah, just two dudes that do it.
I think
And it's cool.
They've blurred from where they're not so much fans anymore as that they're kind of exposing the business.
Oh yes,
And
they
they're
are.
fucking,
Well, that was the main
like-
point. Like they changed history because the first season too had the fabulous Moolah. Remember that?
Yeah,
And
that's the one.
And right when WWF,
Moolah was a bitch.
they were getting ready to do the first Lady Royal Rumble, and they were like, "Well, let's name it the Moolah Rumble."
Yeah.
And then Dark Side of the Ring came out, that documentary, and they're like, "No Moolah." Like she was a pimp. She fucking. You know, I was like, God damn.
Dark Side of the Ring fucks up.
See,
everything
that's what I'm saying.
with WWE.
If that didn't come out, this still be the fabulous Moolah fucking Rumble.
Yeah.
If that Dark Side
But
of
to
the
be
Ring
fair,
didn't come out.
anything that exists for as long as WWE, WWF has existed, you're gonna have skeletons. Come on, man. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
have to be real.
definitely.
And especially being run by a crazy motherfucker like Vince.
But they don't want you to glorify
He's a
it.
genius.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't want you to glorify Moolah because
Yeah.
apparently she was a bad
Oh, yeah, she's a
woman.
whore.
Yeah,
Like
she's a
she was
horrible
sending girls
person.
in the back, go get
Mhm.
you know, sort of thing. Like
trading them, you know, get them all drugged out, beating them.
yeah, no, she's a bitch.
Training them. I'm sorry, training them. My bad.
They were- so-
she beat the shit out of you and say it's training.
This past week, because of the Ric Flair thing,
Uh-huh.
WWE pulled his image
Yeah.
from their opening graphics.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah, the woo.
They decided to replace it with the Ultimate Warrior, which
and
you
he
know,
had some skeletons too.
he
He's a homophobe.
really does not like the gay people.
No.
You know,
'Cause
you would have
Corey-
thought that they could have put a nice woman there, but they
Yeah.
probably would have put Moolah.
Oh yeah.
So-
Yeah,
Put
they
China
don't-
there. They should put China there.
Oh, see,
They
that
should
just
put
opened up
China.
another can
Yeah.
of worms.
Have they done one on her
Yeah.
yet?
Huh?
No,
No, she's not
she-
allowed.
It's still
She's not
rough
allowed in the
waters.
Hall of
So she
Fame.
died.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not allowed because she did porn.
Oh.
Yeah, because if you Google China, the first thing that comes up is her porn.
That's not the first thing,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
okay.
So that means Xbox won't get in the Hall of Fame too, right?
He is.
Yeah, he already. Yeah,
Yeah,
NWO.
he's
Yeah,
in with the X
NWO.
and with NWO.
So
Yeah,
he's
two
allowed
times.
to get in the Hall of Fame, even though he's the one that fucked her on the phone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fuck
See,
you,
yeah,
Vince. You're
see-
an asshole.
yeah,
That's
see?
just sexist.
That
That's just
wasn't-
sexism.
So-
And China changed the
That
game.
it wasn't just him. That one night in China thing, yeah, that was
Yeah,
Sean.
yeah.
But like she did
She-Hulk
also.
and,
Yeah,
she was
did
signed to
other
Vivid
porn.
Entertainment. Like,
Mhm.
she was
Who
signed
gives a
to
shit? It doesn't
Vivid.
matter. One time or a million times, you
Yeah.
still did it.
Look,
Exactly.
Look, if Cinderella decided to go do some like Wicked Films sort of shit,
Yeah.
Disney's gonna be like, no, we can't fuck with you no more.
Yeah, I get that. But if Cinderella and Prince Charming did it, and then the next time Cinderella just kept doing it on her own,
And then Game Bang
and then
by
they let
Dwarfs.
Prince Charming still be a part of it, it'd be an issue.
I don't know if you know how White World works.
I'm just not white enough.
Yeah, you're just living on the.
I don't know wrestling world. I know that. I mean, I grew up watching China. The Love
Yeah,
was the shit.
You're still on the island of Caucasia.
Whether you know this or not, white men can do anything they want.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Well, no, actually they do because Brian Laundrie's
Now-
learning that. Like,
Man.
Well, I mean, there's that guy.
When I lived in Albany, Georgia for 3 years, like I was a minority
Yeah.
there, and I've actually felt racism the other way.
Oh yeah.
Like they would tell me get the fuck out. You
Well,
know,
yeah.
what are you staring at? Like, dude, I'm
well,
just
to be
walking in
fair, you
Walmart,
should get
dude.
the
Like,
fuck out. But to be fair, you should get the fuck out.
that's true.
Yeah, why the fuck
It's
were you
true.
there in the first place?
Yeah.
Because I remember
Don't belong.
I was in the mall in Albany, Georgia, and they had a toy train set
Oh, yeah.
go out to the whole mall, and they had these little black dots all on the side of it, and that fucking thing, it's cameras all down the side of the train,
Oh, yeah.
and that thing followed me throughout the whole fucking mall. I'll be in the store and say, like, there's that fucking train again.
It stops, and you're like, why the fucking train
It's
stop?
like- and my buddy goes, that train's got a brain, dude. He's following you. Like, get away from me, man.
Train's got a brain.
What'd you move out of Georgia for?
My buddy was moving down there, and it was right after graduation. I just, had to get the fuck out of Indiana.
You had to get out for a while.
I get that bug in my butt, and I got to
And
go.
we both had the same problem. We both left too because we had to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Military
Came back.
And you never know how it's so much cooler or how horrible Indiana is until you leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you live and you're like, Indiana, blah blah blah. But as soon as you leave, you're like, what? No coal tax on beer?
Yeah.
And
There's
just
a lot
little
of
shit
stupid,
like that. Yeah,
a lot
like,
of stupid things.
little shit like that.
But then you also can accept Indiana for the things that it is, that compared to other places where, like, for me, when I left, I had a nostalgic view of Indiana, and then I came back and I'm like, oh yeah, it does suck, but at least it sucks a little bit less than what it was. I was in fucking Italy, and it's still, I mean, still better here in some ways.
It's true.
I don't know. I was in Germany, and the whole sense of feeling that I got is literally everywhere is the same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
I don't know. I love Arizona.
Things are different.
Did you
I
not
love
feel,
Arizona.
Did you not feel like you were okay? This was the weirdest thing about me being in Italy. I felt like I was in a third world country a little bit because I didn't really know where I was.
Yeah.
Everything's in a different.
No toilet paper.
Yeah. Their restrooms were different though. They did not use as much water in their toilets.
Oh, okay.
So like you always had to
It's
spray.
a European thing.
Oh, the tar off the thing.
Yeah, you're like getting the tar off there. Like, so much shit at the end of their toilet.
Oh man, you could have used that fucking thing you got from that festival.
I know. I did get the. Did you see that? I posted a photo. I got a Trump hair toilet brush.
That's hilarious.
They had it at the Atlanta festival, so I picked it up. I was just like, it's $5, dude. I'm like $5.
Have you seen those banners yet? And around the houses saying 2024, the revenge tour. It's like, people go nuts if you got on TV and went, I'm back.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
like,
Well, they had so many booths.
All of Elwood just losing their collective minds. Just live.
People would go, shit.
Well, that's what almost every single booth at the Atlanta Festival, like half of them were just like Trump booths. Like Trump this, Trump that. And like they would have like Joe and the Ho have got to go. Like, they love calling
Why
it
she
that.
gotta be a hoe?
And I went to the Purdue
That's what they
game.
said.
I went to a Purdue game last Saturday.
Yeah.
And
Good
2
ball.
Saturdays ago. Yeah. And they're screaming, fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah,
all
they're
the
doing
college.
that every. I've
They go,
seen it.
fuck Joe
Fuck
Biden.
Joe Biden. Everyone,
Fuck
I've seen
Joe
so many.
Biden. I'm like, I've never heard that before.
He's
out of
lost
college.
so much popularity. He's not going to get reelected, so they're going to either have to run somebody else or they're just going to take
I'm
that
back.
out. Yeah, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back.
It's going to be huge.
At this point, I'm like, I don't even care. It's
Yeah,
just be a funny story.
I just want to see him pop that crowd. He was getting all red everywhere. Like, oh my
It just
God.
reminds me of the do not come.
Yeah,
Do not come.
Do not.
I'm gonna come. It's so stupid. That's one of the funniest videos I'm gonna cut together.
Do
I'm
not
like,
come.
hilarious. It's my girl. Do not come. Please do not come. I'm gonna come. Did you see that Shane Gillis stand up yet? He
Oh, on
released
YouTube? No.
You gotta check it out.
I watched
I've been
Gillian
postulating it to
Keys.
him and
the Gillian Keys. I love that one.
Dude, it opens up and he's like, the first thing, because he doesn't open up like, oh, everybody welcome to the stage.
Yeah,
He doesn't do that stupid shit, which I'm happy. I hate when they do that. It's so fake. But it opens up and the first joke in it is, imagine like being at the Continental Congress and they're all like trying to just decide like what's the age of consent? It's like, imagine being the first guy to come up and be like, hi, I'm from Rhode Island, 12. Ugh, gross, 12. It's like, this is the worst one to go first on. And
Did you talk about the Special Olympics at all?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good. I saw that live.
You saw that bit?
Yeah, I seen that live.
Dude, that bit was hilarious.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
You
Got to see him do it at King Fest and in Indy.
Yeah.
Because me and Tony were like, oh shit, here he goes.
He's
about the short
funny,
shorts.
dude. Oh yeah, the short shorts. He's like, I look like one of them, so he's like, I'd get in the hug line.
Yeah.
At
And
the end.
last time I saw him, it was like right when Trump was like,
He said,
it was like right when Trump was getting to get out. I think it was.
He said,
And like, yeah, he had Trump jokes and shit.
yeah, he did a lot of funny Trump jokes.
Yeah.
He did a lot of funny stuff. But he did one of my favorite jokes in it was where he was talking about like, he said the guys with Down syndrome, the guys from the Special Olympics, he would say their two favorite things are fucking boobs, like tits, and they would play their game. They'd be against like the Hooters waitresses.
Yeah.
So like he's like their two favorite things are boobs and John Cena, and he's like, and John Cena's like the angel of death for these guys. He shows up when they're about to die. He's like guys, if you see John Cena, get the fuck out of here. Dude, you gotta watch it. It's
That's
so
a
funny.
Make-A-Wish.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's honestly it's one of the funniest stand-ups.
Yeah, he's
I've seen in a
hilarious.
while. It's honestly pretty good.
I
for free? It's on
Yeah.
YouTube for free, y'all?
Because I got a picture with him at Skankfest right before he got hired for SNL, and I remember
Fired.
because I remember he got hired. I remember sending him a message like, "Dude, awesome," like. I took a picture. It's gonna be a famous dude, from SNL, you know. And then literally, boom, he gets fired like 12 hours. I was like, oh.
Well, didn't he get fired for what he said on Cumtown? He went on Cumtown.
No, it was his own.
Was it his own?
Yeah, Shane and
Who did he have on
there? It was Matt and Shane, and
Was that the one he got in trouble on?
Yeah,
There was more than one.
Yeah,
I know that.
The one they really sticklered on was he was making fun of
Asians.
no, what's his name that was running? Andrew Yang.
Oh yeah.
He was kind of.
Well, he said something. I know there was
Japanese,
a joke that he made
Chinese
about
jokes.
how Chinatown, like, why would you move to another country just to live around your own?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, why are there Chinatowns? Like, they're all the same.
Yeah.
That was the joke that he was doing a bit on that, and I think he said the CHINCK word.
I like.
So that's really what
He did Bobby Lee's podcast too.
And that was funny.
Yeah, and he's
Did
like,
you watch that?
I've had a nightmare. This is my nightmare.
Yeah.
Surrounded by Asians.
he's like, what are you scared of? He's like, this exact scenario.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in a podcast surrounded by Asians. And it's funny because Bobby Lee the whole time's like, dude, I love you. Like,
And that-
I wasn't even mad at you.
That girl was disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
They were just, like all the shit she was doing in Philippines and whatnot. I was like,
There's a lot of crazy shit on that podcast is wild. I mean, she's dating Kalila. She's dating Bobby Lee, right?
yeah. The one
She-
she was in the Philippines.
What was she doing in the Philippines?
She was like nasty shit over her hair, worms in her, like they pull worms out
she
of her
would pull
butt.
worms out of her butt. She liked the feeling of pulling
Yeah,
worms
yeah,
out of
she
her
like-
butt.
yeah,
That's what she said. She
yeah.
enjoyed the feeling.
And then she would eat not
The-
fleas but lice. She liked having
she liked
lice.
to eat lice. No, she liked to kill them.
Yeah, I like to
She
kill.
liked
Yeah,
the
that's
feel
right. Yeah.
of lice. So she enjoys
Yeah.
having lice, and she enjoys having worms,
Worms in her butt.
That was his. I apologize. You have to hear like his face. He's like more white people shit, but it was Asian people. It was Asian.
It was Asians. Yeah.
I caught that part.
Yeah.
I was like, huh, well,
But no.
maybe I should be more concerned about Asian people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially the Philippines. But no, it was funny.
Yeah.
When me and Tony hung out with Big J and Shane
Yeah.
downtown last time, Shane and them came down and did comedy. I was like cock blocking with him because we're hanging out with a bunch of girls.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this guy's a big bully, man. He bullies me all the time. And they're like, oh, really? It's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. Shane's like, shut the fuck up, man. I'm like, there he is bullying me again. You see that, girl?
He's still doing it.
And then like Big J apparently bought all the beer, but like I asked for a picture, Shane asked for a picture, and I was drinking out of Shane Gillis's pitcher the whole time.
Yeah.
He was like, man, you drank all my beer. I was like, oh, I thought that was my beer. I was like, you gonna bully me again? Quit bullying me, Shane.
That's awesome, dude.
And,
I love it though.
And then Big J picked up the tab, and they dipped out, and went back.
Well,
to
I know I brought this up a couple times with you guys, and I always like to bring it up with you guys, but you guys got to meet Louis C.K.
Yeah, shook hands with Louis
That's
C.K.
fucking
Yeah,
wild.
shook hands.
Yeah,
the
you
same
shook
hand he jerked off with.
Yeah. That's the
I
joke
made
every
sure.
time somebody,
I made sure.
make sure you didn't wash your
Yeah, I
hands.
made sure it was that same hand.
So you got Ari Shafir.
Ari's cool as fuck.
Ari seems like a-
dude, he's
seems
like
like
down
a-
to earth. Like
down to earth.
he's not like any other comedian I ever hung out with.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You feel kind of like he's famous, but he's not.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, this is my
He's
cousin.
detached from it.
Yeah, like this is my cousin.
Yeah. Well, I know he did that weird shit in China where he just went.
Yeah,
like,
he does
Asia
that
and
once in a
just
while.
hung
Yeah,
out.
he just leaves for like 4
Leaves
or 5
just, he has
months.
like a flip phone. He like leaves
Yeah.
his phone and just goes and gets lost in like a foreign country.
And his new
Must be nice.
his new flyer actually.
It's a Jew thing.
He made fun of that Petito
Makes
girl.
sense.
That
Oh,
flyer.
yeah, I did see that.
His face is on that dude's He's like, I'm murdering this tour.
Yeah, he does stuff like that. Dude, I wanted to post a meme on the page, and Courtney told me no. I wanted to post a meme on the page.
And
and Courtney told me
another
no.
one, you seen the Afghanistan video of them on the Swan, like little swan boats they have in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
He did that flyer of that, but instead of a bunch of Taliban, it was all Ari Shafir like on the boat.
You
I
need
wanted
to
to post
that.
this,
You need to post that. by the
and
way.
Courtney told me no.
But yeah, you put Ari Shafir's face on.
Yeah. I was like, I want to post this. She's like, you probably shouldn't. I'm like, I'm gonna get in trouble if I do it.
I think you should post it.
I know. I
That'd
still
be-
should.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't even put any input on it. I was waiting to hear from you because Brian
been a
was
busy
like,
weekend.
Brian said no, and then he was like, but it's funny. He's like, I
It
laugh
is
out
funny.
loud. And
Yeah.
then Courtney's like, no, absolutely not. I always think good of them because we get flagged so often, specifically me,
Yeah,
about
exactly.
stupid
Yeah,
shit.
me too.
That
I get that.
I get flagged so often.
Welcome
on
to my
Facebook.
world, bro.
Well, I posted those pictures of those like random thoughts on
Mhm.
Facebook, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Where are they from? What part of Kokomo?"
Right.
And I actually got Facebook removed it and gave me a 3-day ban.
No shit.
I appealed it, and they're like, "Sorry, we made a mistake." So I was like, "Yes,
Yeah.
I got it back
Victory.
on there."
Yeah, victory.
Victory. It's happened 2 times. The last 2 times that they flagged me, I've got to get it back on there.
Crazy.
So I'm on a
And,
winning
see,
streak right now.
and
baby.
all that is just a bot doing
Yeah,
that. It's
a
just
bot.
all the
It's all yeah.
rig the.
Well, they don't. They were supposed to come back this summer. Did you hear about? Like, so the last summer or last, I want to say
the
spring,
algorithm.
They turned on the algorithm and then kicked all those people out of the office and said we're just not going to have you come back for a year. And then I don't even think did they even come back, the real people? I don't know. The Facebook people.
I was, when they tweaked with the algorithms and things like that. This weird thing that I saw is, so with Facebook in general, they're looking at things that people post, right? And certain keywords will fucking like
trigger and everything.
It'll be more so on your timeline. So like this past week we saw the Gabby Petito thing, so everything was all Gabby, and things like that. Also this week I saw a lot of like suicide stuff, right? And that was super like heavy. But like Facebook does this like so on purpose. Like it's really fuck with people. They really should probably just bring real people back. So
it's probably better to have a real person make these judgment calls than have some robot that literally has no idea.
No, it's just like, hey, a bunch of people are talking about this one specific thing. Oh, let's flag or throw it all out there. Which is why it's super weird because they got in trouble with this because you're not allowed to say Wuhan and shit on Facebook. Yeah. Even though that was true, you know. But
that fake liberal hoax.
No. Shit came
I think we all pretty much come to agree.
Didn't that guy Dan's wife died of COVID? That Dirty Dan's Donuts.
Oh,
is that what happened?
Yeah, he died of COVID. Yeah,
well, I know they said a long time. I read something that said a long time employee, but they didn't say.
Yeah, it was his wife.
Oh man, rest in peace, man. We did a lot about Dan's. I do a lot of. I love Dan's.
I used to jam. Yeah, what's his name? Jake had a house over there, and his garage that tornado came by and took all that shit out. And Dan actually helped put money up to help build people's houses and shit around there. That's a good guy. Cool. Yeah, I was like,
I mean, they've been
around.
Didn't
have to do that. You know?
Well, then they used to be two of them, right? Dan's, and then they had like Hayworth, and that was the same family, right?
Phillips.
John Phillips, and then it became Gingerbread, and then Gingerbread moved downtown. Now Gingerbread
is gone.
No,
it's a pizza place.
No, it's Bruno's.
Bruno. Fucking this guy.
From Logansport. Yeah, man. I honestly, I'm excited for the Dwarf show. I'm gonna see it.
Best pizza in Kokomo, the Hideout.
Yeah.
You ever get the Hideout pizza?
I do like that. I tried to call an order the other day. They didn't answer.
Oh yeah, they're probably not open yet.
Yeah. Well, no, it was like 9 p.m.
Oh yeah.
I was like, they just don't give a fuck now.
They don't want your money.
Your hair's giving me real JT in 2001 vibes.
It's gotta be May.
I mean, looking for my hero, so you know.
There goes
Get your Timberlake
my
on.
hero.
I remember.
I love you, Justin.
My buddy Bruce used to record hip hop back in the day, and I remember him. He'd be like smoking blunt, getting to the studio. He's like, get my Timberlake on.
Gotta get my Timberlake on. Jesus.
And that always stuck with me. I'm like, okay, it's his hero.
I mean, you know, you're gonna be like somebody.
And he said
like Timberlake.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I remember hearing a line too that he rapped. He's like, drinking that haterade. You're like a '90s hairstyle, all faded. Like, I always loved that line. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna steal that.
Bruce who?
Bruce Young. Yeah, he used to work at Meyer with me back in the day.
He's still around?
No, he was more like the producer kind of guy. He wrangled all the talent. Like, he had Chris and my buddy Mark and everybody, and I was just there, providing the weed and go to the studio. And I remember they had Xbox first came out, the giant fucking Xbox. Yeah, and he had a little rap group called IBR, Illegal Business Represent. And I work with half of you at Meyer. The only one that was illegal was Ron from the Heights. Big Ron.
I know Ron.
Yeah, he's the only one that was actually, I was like, that's the only guy that's,
That one was legit.
Illegal.
That's why that reputation. I didn't spend very much time in the Heights other than a couple of girls I dated, but I've heard of them.
Yeah, I learned a lot
Everyone
from Ron.
Big Ron.
I learned a lot from Ron. Yeah. I was like, you hear him hit a lick, you better watch out. He's gonna rob someone. I was like, what? Hit a lick? What the fuck? You be licking motherfuckers out here? Yeah. Like, nah, Messi, I'm gonna take the motherfucker. Home invaded. Oh, okay, never mind. Have fun with that, Ron.
Yeah. It's baller though. Yeah, honestly, it's pretty wild. I do want to get it on wax again. What's the date of the show for?
Show? October 16th, Saturday at the Emerson.
Saturday, October 16th.
Tickets at the door, or just get a hold of us. He's going to send me some tickets here soon.
Yeah.
So some
Psycho Stick. Who else?
Downtown Brown.
And then Dwarf.
Dwarf.
Are you guys opening?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to get one more band because he wanted to get Lucifist, but my brother's going to see Cradle of Filth that same weekend. I was like,
I don't think you're gonna get them.
I don't like Cradle of Filth.
No.
Yeah, I've seen them live a couple of times.
Yeah,
it's god awful. Behemoth, not Behemoth. That's what I think they were trying to go for.
Yeah,
because Behemoth sounds really good, But I don't like Cradle of Filth. Not my cup of tea.
Are you just gonna release any music before the show? I know you're trying to get mad.
God, I did my part.
Tell us
Wait on Maddie.
Huh?
Ian's doing that shit for free right now. Chick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's actually going to school.
Well, because I was at that same conservatory with him, and I did that. I did that a lot. Like local bands will come around and get free demos and shit from there.
Well, he said he
like
can't
the
record
fifth
anything,
cycle.
but he can mix anything. So if you guys have it already recorded,
Well, when he's at his 10th cycle, if the studio's yours.
Oh yeah.
You rent out the studio, but you do whatever the fuck you want on your 10th cycle.
Where's he at?
Arizona, Mesa, Arizona. That's where I'm gonna retire.
Yeah.
I loved Arizona.
Yeah.
I went there. Right? It's not that bad. You get your body gets.
I was in Phoenix. A lot better.
Yeah, it's dry heat, but your body gets used to it. Like my blood thinned out, and I was like 100 degrees ain't shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The longer
I'm
you
too
stay
fat
there.
for heat, man.
Yeah.
I can't. I need to lose weight in order to not.
But
be
the
hot.
nights are so nice.
Yeah.
Every night in Arizona, I love it.
I went down
Not
there
too
for like a
cold.
week because my ex-wife lived, like her family lived there. I went down there to Surprise / Phoenix area, and I just remember we couldn't do it. Like the park was, I've never seen a park so busy at 9 p.m.
Oh yeah.
It's like the only time people could go out.
They
and do
do
anything.
road construction at night too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do because you'll see cones in the road, and then you go to sleep, wake up, and the cones are gone, and the road's repaved.
Yeah.
During the night, I'm like, whoa, they're fucking so quick. It's like you get
That's
that
the time
shun
to do
down
it.
there, and it's different asphalt because they don't get snow and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's a lot lighter and smooth. They can smooth it faster.
The north
You
part
push
of
it.
Arizona, I know there's snow.
Yeah.
The snow.
Yeah, I like the Southwest. Anything from San Diego to Mesa, Texas.
Without air conditioning, that place would just be fucking nothing.
And it's weird they have air conditioners on the roofs.
Yeah.
In Arizona.
Yeah.
Up there, it's crazy.
It's pretty crazy. It's crazy how different infrastructure is, and just because of the.
Yeah,
the
I fell in love with it. I was only supposed to be there for 8 months. I was there for 3.5 years.
So Kokomo 10, what is she in Arizona?
The what?
A Kokomo 10, like you meet a girl or a guy.
Oh,
at
Kokomo 10?
What would they be in Arizona, in your opinion?
Shit, 4.
A 4?
Dude, so many.
They're hot there?
So many beautiful women.
Yeah?
There's so many beautiful women in Arizona.
I mean,
So
I
many.
met the one that was.
You go to Tempe.
ugly.
You go to Tempe and just go right down the. I can't remember the name of the street, but it's in Tempe. It's all like college ASU girls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
ASU.
Yeah, all.
And then you got like Texas right there, which Texas
And
is
California too. San Diego's only 3 hours away.
Yeah, how far away is like Austin and shit? That's probably about
From
3
here or from Arizona?
Yeah,
That's pretty far.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty far.
Yeah,
you have to
I
go
don't
through
know.
New Mexico.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
have to stay between.
yeah, New Mexico.
Plus
Yeah.
Texas is like 3
Yeah,
states
huge.
in itself.
I drove when I was
huge.
I drove one time. I went from El Paso to Dallas, and it was still 12 fucking hours.
Jesus.
Just going that from bottom.
See,
to
people in
top.
Europe have no idea.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about when I was in Italy. I was talking to one of the guys about driving from Indiana to I want to say Tennessee to see a band or something, and they were like, "What? How long was it?" I told them that I was like, "It'd be like 12 hours, like 8 to 12 hours, something like that, depending on what part you're going to." And they were like, "I would never drive to fucking France to see a band." I'm like, to them, it's like driving to another country.
It's
That's it's like
why
really
would you
right
do
down.
that?
You're not even down to the bottom of the United States yet.
I know, and I've driven 12, 13 hours for a concert.
They have no idea.
Like barbecue.
Well, you have to because Indiana doesn't get everything.
Yeah. You ever been to a barbecue?
No.
No, that was fun.
You guys just went and saw. Did you go see them?
What, Guar?
No, Matt went.
Yeah,
and saw them.
yeah, at the Riot
Riot
Fest.
Fest,
Yeah,
yeah.
Riot Fest. But they're coming. Me and Tony's going to. I think it's Ohio.
Yeah.
They're coming in December, like on a Saturday, in December.
How many times have you seen more?
I lost count.
Yeah, a lot,
I lost
right?
count.
Well, you
yeah.
guys played with them at least once, right?
Yes.
Maybe
yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
So once?
Yeah, I
Once,
think we
okay.
played once. But yeah, like my first Gore show, because you heard Beavis and Butthead. Like I really remember Gore, but I wasn't a fan of Gore.
Yeah.
But like, I went to see him in 07 when I lived in Arizona, the Mesa Amphitheater, Sounds the Underground. And it was right when that Virginia Tech shit happened.
Oh, shit.
Of that,
Shooting.
the Chinese kid.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they had this Chinese guy with a big head and a Virginia Tech shirt. And they had to count down to death. Gore, they count down their death. And then all of a sudden this Asian guy came out with 2 guns with a big head with a Virginia Tech shirt. And he came out and started shooting the audience. It's like pow 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 pow, and you hear a like you won something in a carnival,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, congratulations! You just set the record for killing the most people."
Oh, God.
He goes, "Odorous, tell him what he's won." And the Odorous comes out and he goes, "You ain't got no balls. Now you ain't got no fucking head." And he just cut his heads off. Music starts, blood starts spraying, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Wow.
First time ever seen
Yeah,
them,
first
yeah.
time I've ever seen him live, and it was so heavy. And they made fun of Steve Wilkos, and shit like that. It was just so entertainment. That they have a giant crack rock
Yeah.
But it says crack written on the side of it.
Nice.
Yeah, they just toss it around.
They just everything offensive.
Yeah,
possible.
Chappelle's
yeah.
dream right
Yeah,
there.
because I didn't notice it because I was in Arizona. I noticed a lot of people wearing white T-shirts,
Yeah.
and I just thought it was Arizona heat.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, they wear white T-shirts at metal concert. It makes sense. And then I saw them; they wore white because they make their own band T-shirts with the blood and space juice and everything that gets squirted on them. So you draw your own design, and then you try to get much as blood as you can on it, and that's your war shirt.
Yeah.
You know, like that's so creative because they start selling white T-shirts with, like fake blood on it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
A little bow
Makes
have.
sense. It's like you literally have a souvenir just from the show.
And you got to see all the blood. Yeah, you have to have a white shirt. Yeah, and mine's always green with the space juice and everything. One year, I remember I was tripping, and I was like, I'm going to try to get in the mosh pit at War and not get blood on me.
Oh, shit.
And it was so hard, like, because you be up the front, and you see all the gun coming, and I'll scoot back, and hurt get back in. And Tony's like, what are you doing? I'm like, trying not to get blood on me at a Gore show.
If I can leave a Gore show with nothing on me,
I've and be in the
blood.
front.
Yeah.
But I still had, like, smeared all over me, but it wasn't as bad, prevalent as it was just getting in your face.
Do you remember when Dwarf played that really shitty battle of the bands in like the middle of nowhere?
Yeah,
Indiana?
Stingers. Yeah, Stingers.
We went to that. That was so funny because they had like they did like a battle of the bands, right?
Yeah.
And it was Dwarf, who's like a bunch of offensive songs, hilarious punk songs.
Oh, yeah.
But offensive, really gross, really.
I knew we were in trouble.
And then the band they were against was like some like cover band that was doing like
Rib Cage.
Yeah, like, the worst shit. Like they were like,
but I knew.
Simple time
I knew we were in trouble. I'm putting because Kibbles' uncle set that show up.
Yeah.
And I knew we were in trouble. I'm putting my drums in, and I put him down on the stage, and I looked to my right, and they had pictures of artists, and there was a picture of Donnie and Marie Osmond, autographed, and I went, they're not gonna like it. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the
like,
vibe is not
I started
right
apologizing on it.
Yeah.
I remember for that show, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was going to be. We just did it.
Yeah, a bunch of our Kokomo friends showed up.
Yeah, I brought wire hangers that I dipped in red paint because they do an abortion song.
Yeah.
And we all hung out wire hangers dipped in red paint. Like that was that. Yeah. That's the closest I ever got to doing the gore blood with Dwarf.
I know. I always wanted to do the Kurt No Brains, kind of like Gore, like have it do with a big head, and then like blow his brains out, but instead of blood, it's like confetti.
Yeah.
Like, pow!
You could probably get one of those things that does explode.
Yeah, I always thought that'd be cool. Like, come down on stage, like, I don't like Dwarf. They make fun of me, you know? It's like, oh, I'm out of here, guys. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, you guys should do it'd be crazy if you guys choreographed an entire show and just did like a big.
That'd be sweet.
Like maybe when you guys do your last show ever, like for real. I mean, how many last shows you guys done? But if you guys do your actual last show ever, you guys should do like a whole choreographed thing.
Yes.
We should rent out all of downtown and just fucking go for it.
Play American Hi-Fi in Kokomo.
Yeah.
Destroy that.
I think
I'm sorry, Mike.
He just remodeled the whole thing.
Did he? Nice.
He posted a photo, but he's like, somebody asked him like, when are you gonna do shows? And he's like, not anytime soon.
Yeah, I like Mike. Mike's a cool dude.
Yeah. I don't think he liked me in the beginning because of shit he heard about me. We kind of got into it with that the right to play stuff because they played, and we would only really pay out of town bands, and then we'd invest the money back into the group so that we could get more equipment. We were buying equipment so that we could put on big shows. Yeah, and but we would pay out of town bands because they're driving. We were basically gas money. Yeah. And the band No Coast played, and then they asked if this other band could play with them. They were from out of town. We gave them money since they came from out of town. We didn't give any to No Coast. So they went on the Kokomo Musician Network, which I happen to moderate. I created it and blasted the right to play music, and I deleted it. I already set precedents for deleting things that were negative. I told people if you post anything that doesn't help the scene, so then they took it as me doing it because I'm part of the right to play. But the truth was, there was something. Remember when 11th Plague was supposed to play?
Yeah. We were supposed to play that show
with Nickel Plate at the Nickel Plate Saloon.
Oh no.
There was 11th Plague was supposed to play at the Nickel Plate Saloon before it became Hangar.
No, it was Hangar 18. Now it's Nickel Plate.
Okay, that's what it was. Hangar 18. They were supposed to play Hangar 18. They got there, and a couple of band members were underage, so they told them they couldn't play. And there was like this big thing, and one of the guys from 11th Plague went on there, and they blasted the Hangar 18 and was like, Hangar 18. They blasted them and was like, this show, they let us come all the way there, and then they wouldn't even let us play, blah, blah, blah. And I deleted the post, and I posted, I was like, listen, I won't deal with any of the drama. Yeah. If you want to, we're trying to uplift the scene here. If you're coming in here to
fuck Hangar 18.
Yeah. They're like, cool.
They don't like me either.
They don't.
Yeah, no.
I thought.
Well, they do business when Richard that owns the place. When they do business, Maddie talks to him. Let's keep it at that.
Yeah, I know those guys.
Because me and him go back and forth.
Yeah,
like, I tell the truth and he don't like it too much.
Well, I know he did the sound for the Right to Play Music Festival, the second one.
Oh,
Richard Spencer did.
I got a funny story about that
Tell me
too.
that.
Who was what was the other singer of Lemon Plague? Remember it was
there was Andrew Hodges and Seth Winger.
Yeah, Andrew Hodges.
Yeah.
Right, the long black hair. Right. Yeah. I was helping Richard set up speakers for him and that the Right to Play, and he looked at me and he goes, "Oh, Messi, look at that." And it's fucking bending over, right? He's like, yeah. And he goes, "Damn, look at that." And I go, "Hey, Josh!" like that. And he turned around and he goes, "Oh, that's a dude." So I fucked with Richard the whole day. I was like, look at that nice piece of ace.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, it's a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, Josh was a pretty
Yeah,
happy
Josh,
hair.
yeah,
He had pretty hair.
All he saw was long black hair.
Yeah,
and he's bending
long,
over.
pretty
Yeah,
black
bending
hair.
over. Damn.
Damn, girl. Goth girls.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a dude.
like, yeah,
It's a
oh
dude.
my god.
Oh, shit.
You know, I fuck with Josh too. Like, look at the ass on Josh, man.
Josh killing
That's why he got kicked out of 11 Plague. He had
Yeah,
too much
yeah.
of an ass.
Listen, you gotta get up there. They had
Ass
so many-
is out of control.
I remember at that time they had like 3 singers because Wade was in the band.
See, I don't remember Wade. I remember Josh and Seth doing
Wade,
vocals.
I remember Wade specifically because they did that first Right to Play Music Festival, and then by the second one they had to solidify their lineup.
Yeah.
They had Matt Parks, but they had played that show
Yeesh.
at Goblin Games, and because I remember Wade was wearing that clown makeup.
Yeah.
So, but he was a part of that band, and then he left, and then I think it's Josh Hodges. Josh Hodges.
Yeah,
that's
Josh.
what it is.
Yeah, Josh.
Josh Hodges. He left the band, and then it was just Seth,
Yes.
which I think that was their.
Yeah,
better
Seth was
lineup.
better anyway. Yeah, Seth was better.
Yeah.
He could do both. I was like, why are you guys both screaming?
Yeah, they got 2 dudes screaming,
Yeah,
and then
like,
you just have
yeah,
Wade in the
yeah.
background going, ha, 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 ha. It didn't make
A,
sense.
B, C, A, F. I forgot he did play bass for that, didn't he?
Yeah. It was pretty wild.
So that's where I met Wade then.
Yeah.
I was like, where the fuck do I know this? I know I met him somewhere. Yeah, it was 11 Plague then.
Wade's
Goblin
funny, dude.
Games.
He's got some
Yeah,
funny
he's
YouTube
really
videos.
funny.
I wish he would reach out. I don't think he likes me because like it's one of those things where like a
Some
lot of
hipster
people
scenes, man. They don't like.
they don't like any. It's
Yeah.
like if one guy doesn't like you, if one guy had a bad experience with you, none of them want to have
Yeah,
anything
like
to do with you. That's like the
Blumpkin don't
weird
like
shit.
me at all.
Yeah, he
And
doesn't
all
like
them.
me either.
Yeah.
Him and Matt almost got into it too.
Yeah.
He's got into it with everybody, and then they all are like, "Well, we don't like you because of that." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well, can't you guys see that this is a
Yeah.
pattern where this guy?"
Exactly.
And it's like it just gets annoying. But at the same time, like Mike's shown love on the Kokomo press page, and I
Yeah,
appreciate that. And we usually show him love too. Like we posted something about that black guy, the guy that runs the Black Wax Cafe, and we're
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, hey man, like if you're gonna go buy some records,
Mm-hmm.
go to that shop because this shop existed first, and then this guy's leeching, and then he like got them kicked out of record store day
Yeah.
because of some stupid
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you're gonna
so-
sell like I know the record store day has exclusives, but if you're gonna sell them. Like who gives a
Yeah.
fuck? At that point, you're selling shit.
Yeah, we're trying to get a monopoly on record stores in Kokomo.
And he does. He
That's a
basically
hipster
does.
thing. That's a hipster thing to do.
It is. All these fucking hipsters fighting each other. This is a
Over
hipster-
wax.
over wax.
That's
over
not the
black
kind of wax I want, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we're at an hour, dude.
They can smoke. Yeah.
We're probably at like 2 hours actually with the first half of this.
Oh
episode.
shit! You
Oh.
saying it's time to go
Yeah,
hit some
we-
wax now?
Yeah,
Hell
we
yeah.
gotta something good.
Time to hit some wax.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got anything to plug other than I knew you got the show in October.
Yeah, October.
October
Well, that's
16th,
it.
Emerson.
I'm trying to get a Halloween show
Yeah.
in Lafayette.
Yeah.
And
I
we
would say
got
let's
to
get
that.
Grey Garden, but Matt.
Yeah, Gay Garden.
Well, maybe Grey Garden. Damn it. Gay Garden. How dare you?
Oh.
Like Chris Canyon's favorite band.
Ah.
And on that note,
Bring it all back. All right, this is Kokomo Press Podcast. We're here with Jesse Davis. I'm Jordan.
See ya.
I'm Jordan.
Hey, we love you. Who gets us?
Hey, don't Chris Benoit yourself.
Or your family.
Or your family.
family.
Yeah, Chris Benoit, your family, but not yourself.
Not yourself.
But, yeah.
Also, don't Ric Flair anyone.
Yeah.
Unsuspecting.
Kobe.
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 Hey, what up? You just listened to the podcast. Thanks for putting up with us for the last, hour or so. Really appreciate that. You can find us on all major podcast platforms. You can find this guy on a lot of different shit. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, some Instagram shit, whatever. Also, buy our merch. Can I grab you consensually? Buy our merch.